Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in on a wonderful almost said Thursday.
Tuesday. We're not even close to Thursday.
I know it starts with a T.
That's right.
Starts with a T. It is May 19th. It is 2026. Good morning to all of you, and it is humid out there today.
It's humid in here.
It is. We can never regulate the temperature.
We're at the stage where it's humid enough outside that
it's seeping through the walls.
Seeps through the walls.
314-436, not really a thing. 314-436-7900. Call and text the show today. Leave us voice messages on the Odyssey app. Listen to the show live on the Odyssey app. Also, Cardinals baseball, the game tonight, you can hear with that very app and on 104.1 FM. If you want to watch the show, you can do that too. We are streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. We are at Chris Amy KMOX, or find us on KMOX News on YouTube or Facebook.
Time now for the top of the order. The top 3 stories everyone will be talking about.
The Board of Police Commissioners is facing a subpoena after skipping a budget meeting. We are going to talk to Alderman Rasheen Aldridge. He'll be with us at 9:30 to discuss this and more.
And data centers, baby. They're
I love 'em.
back in the news. Franklin County data center hearing stretched over 13 hours. We're actually going to chat with a Franklin County resident who was there, I believe, for all 13 hours. And St. Charles city leaders are voting on a permanent data center ban.
Tarps off, coming back to Busch Stadium tonight. We are looking forward to it as they host the Pittsburgh Pirates after an off day yesterday. As I mentioned, Odyssey app, 6:45 first pitch. Pre-game show at 5:50. Redbird rush hour at 5 prior to that. So a lot of Cardinals conversation later on today.
And we're talking to the Tarps off boys, aren't we?
We will be talking.
11:30.
That's right. Caleb Cummings, Bryce Bradford from the Stephen F. Austin baseball team, the club baseball team. They were supposed to be on yesterday, but they had to travel. So we're going to talk to them at 11:30, and looking forward to having them. With the whole movement is coming back to Busch Stadium, and apparently it's catching on.
Unbelievable.
Which I don't know how I feel about it, but this is Tampa Bay last night.
I'm not sure what to say. No.
Reinforcements on the way.
Does anything say Florida more than what's going on out there in left field?
Yeah, so that's in Tampa. Then in Anaheim, the Angels game. That sounds like a sell the team
It
chant.
does sound
too.
like sell the team.
And you know something? They probably should, because Anaheim has not been good for 24 years.
What's with those stodgy broadcasters in Florida? I don't know what to say.
Reinforcements on the way.
So what they're
Does
describing
anything
is...
say Florida more than what's going on out there in left
Yes,
field?
actually, people and their pets getting eaten by alligators. That says Florida. What are you talking about? But there was a group of people out in the stands waving their shirts off, waving them in the air. And then there were a couple of guys running from a different section. And as they're running, they're like Superman taking their shirts off.
That's amazing.
To join the crowd, which was really funny. As Clark Kent transitions into Superman, it was really funny stuff. Except, I feel like it's a little...
Try hard?
Well, it's a little, I feel like they're taking our bit. And before we get these stupid people, and we've been hearing it all morning, oh, they do this in college football. I saw it before. Yeah, we know. We know it's in college.
Stephen F. Austin said that's why they did it, because they've seen it at college football games.
Yes, and so at Chris Amy KMOX on Twitter, we've already had a couple of comments like, well, they did this at a Rockies game too. Yeah, but if they back in April, there were people doing it at a Rockies game. But it's the Colorado Rockies. If a tree falls in a forest, if nobody saw it, then it didn't happen. Nobody cares.
Well, that's
so everybody saw it at Busch Stadium over the weekend. That's why it went viral. That's why it became a story. The whole shirts off, tarps off thing became a story in St. Louis. Yes, I know they do it at college football games. Big deal. It's a student section at a football game. That's what they're supposed to do. They take their shirts off. They paint their chests. Yeah, okay, great. In baseball, Major League Baseball, tarps off became a thing in St. Louis this past weekend. And you can fight me on it if you disagree.
And then the team and the broadcasters and the whole city leaned into it in a way that was immediate, organic, passionate, that you're not going to see, I don't think, that same response like in the other cities. I'm not sure that you're going did in Florida, in what was the other city?
Oh, in Anaheim.
Anaheim, yep.
Yeah.
Did they do roll call where the players acknowledged the tarps off section on the field?
Yeah.
Did the manager buy
I don't
tickets? I think it's good on them to try. But the OG movement, as a movement, not the idea, but as a movement, started here.
We are going
worried?
to talk to, real quick, we're going to
Yeah.
talk to Tamar Scher from KMOV, covers sports there, and Matrix Midwest. And she had tweeted yesterday that the Stephen F. Austin baseball team is coming back
Yeah.
to Busch Stadium tonight. So the Cardinals are bringing it back. They're keeping it going. And as we said yesterday, we want it to be an organic thing. Well, it became one. And I think it's okay to embrace this to a point. I don't think you want to overdo it. I think you want, ideally, crowds to kind of do this on their own.
Yep.
But I think it's okay to write it out, too. It's okay to foster it.
So here's the thing.
That's what the
That's
you know the what do they call the thing when you're starting a fire in your house and you have the little what's that thing called?
Do
you know what I'm talking about?
Those. It's shaped like a spade.
Yeah, it looks
on
like a spade, and
cards.
then it's supposed to fan the fire. What's it
Yeah.
called?
Like it's stoked?
No, it's not a stoker. It's a poker.
It's kind of like an
fan.
accordion. It fills up
Yes,
with air like an
fills up with
accordion,
air.
and there's a little spout at the end, and it goes.
My grandma had one.
We had one
Yeah.
too. Ours was wooden with
used
like
to play with
leather,
that.
black leather sides.
Yes, that's what we had.
Yeah.
Or my grandma had. And
Because
when
you
I
would
was a
do it
kid,
in your sibling's face. You'd go.
yeah. Sometimes you put it in your
bellows.
mouth and you blow like that would not taste good. Don't do that.
I can't believe that's what you. Such
Yeah,
a
so-
specific.
All right. Do they even make those?
Well, here's what you don't want to do is tarps office.
Anyway, I think it's okay. It's okay
Because
for
it
the
was hanging. It came in a
Yes.
set
Yes, it
with
did.
pokers and giant
Yes.
tongs.
Yes. And so I think it's okay that the Cardinals this thing a little bit.
The bellow.
It's okay.
I think they
It's
did.
called a bellow?
I think
All
so.
right. Well, it's okay for the Cardinals to bellow this thing. All right? And
But
and
are
I'm
you afraid though? This is what I was going to ask though. If you over bellow, do you cheese
you don't
it
want
up?
to over oh, yes.
I'm afraid of
Do
over
not-
bellowing because I've seen a few hints, not from the Cardinals, but around of over bellowing, and we may have over bellowed. And I don't want to cheese this thing up. It's got to be organic.
Yeah, we don't want to cheese it up.
Because if
man.
you overexpose, right? It's like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. That whole relationship got overexposed, and people got tired. People don't like the Chiefs anymore.
But I was all
Chiefs
I
fans don't
agree.
like the Chiefs because it felt overexposed. I don't want tarps off to become overbellowed and overexposed.
See, I agree with you, but I was totally on board with Taylor and Travis in the beginning. In fact, I think in this room, I'm the one who called it and said they were going to get married.
Yeah, but that
And you were like,
prepositional phrase right there, in the beginning,
Yeah.
that's the key.
And
We're
so-
all on board in the beginning.
Well, let
But
me.
now what is it? You don't even like Patrick Mahomes anymore. You're tired of seeing him.
I never did like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you did.
No, I was pissed that he ended up in Kansas City and not Chicago. But now I'm fine. We got Caleb. Little sidebar there. But I think this is great. I think this is great to ride this out for a while. And then when Stephen F. Austin is no longer in town, we're going to have to, as we talked about yesterday, keep something going, keep up the energy. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be 30 sweaty dudes out there with their shirts off, waving them around. Maybe it could be something else. But I love the different vibe at Busch Stadium. And Mason Wynn, I know he was talking more so about the vibe of the team, but it to me, it's all connected in a way. But, you know, on Sunday, and Lynn Worthy in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch wrote about it today, that Mason talking about this team, like the vibe is different.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact the vibe is different in the clubhouse with the team, amongst the team, and then in the crowd, too.
Yeah.
So the way things have felt
Totally
so
different.
stale at Busch Stadium over the last several years, this has been a really nice year. And it doesn't matter if they end up finishing under 500, which,
They're not.
I mean, they might.
They're going to have 93 wins. And Matt, did you for real clip that tape? Can you find that of me saying multiple times
We know.
before the season
We
started?
know. It's been documented.
So did you know that the Cardinals, now they lost the final game of the series to the Royals. But up until then, they were, 9 games over 500? 45 games in?
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
46 games in.
And that
45,
was
45
before that loss. They were
Right.
9 games over 500. They haven't been 9 games over 500, 45 games in since the 2015 team, which was very good.
Yeah.
Won like 100 games, didn't they?
So I love that we are almost 2 months into this season. We're 46 games in, which is a significant chunk of time, and everything just feels fun. And I know what happened over the weekend was organic. I don't know if we can keep it up all year, but I hope there's some kind of energy that remains in the ballpark for the rest of the season, because the players are feeling it. The players amongst themselves feel like, hey, everything feels fresh. The whole Cardinals thing right now feels fresh, and I love that. I love that we're in this place, and I just hope it keeps going.
You just have to do the right amount of bellowing, because you can't not bellow.
Don't overbellow.
But if you overbellow and you cheese it up, it's ruined.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm going to tell you? I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the correct amount of bellowing is. It's on the people. It's on the fans.
Do know this. The moment our local news anchors start taking their shirts off,
Yeah, it's
then
overbellowed.
it's usually the news anchors. That's when things
It's like when parents start
that's
using
when everything starts jumping the shark.
parents start using the word Riz.
Yeah.
That's what you
Riz is
can't do.
over. When mom starts talking about Riz is over. But I might take my shirt off because it is humid in here. I don't know what's going on. Hey, I did something. I got to run something by the two of you because I flew home last night, and I need to know if I'm the butthole or not. I need to present to you a scenario.
We all are assuming that you are.
Well, don't prejudge. Wait to hear the story first. I'll tell it to you when we come back on KMOX.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B plus life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B minus or a C plus life, because when you're living a B or B plus life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A plus life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audien Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98, with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to tell you about the Burn Balance Complex, which is available at supplement superstores. And it's Burn Balance Edge for the guys. It's Burn Balance Zen for the women. And what this is very simply a complete metabolism system. It's not just a simple fat burner. It's way more than that. It works with your body to get the metabolism working the way that it's supposed to. So what you notice right away, what I've noticed here in the first couple of months is your shirt will lay a little bit flatter, your pants fit a little bit looser. It's not like that as immediate, but it comes pretty fast. This is a great natural weight loss option for people that don't want prescriptions or injections. If those aren't for you, go to supplement superstores and check out the Burn Balance Complex. On top of getting the metabolism working, you're going to get reduced stress with lower cortisol levels. You're going to have appetite control and craving control, all-day focused energy without the jitters that come with energy drinks. And look, it's not magic. You got to do things the right way, but the Burn Balance Complex makes it so much easier. So get out to supplement superstores. Tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you in. They will knock 30% off the Burn Balance Complex for you right there, and you can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Glover here for my friends at Cantor Injury Law. Cantor is local, and we're here doing the work every day. We're right here in St. Louis, and we're ready to fight for you. CantorInjuryLaw.com or call 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be solely based on advertisements.
Deer season is here at Seidenstricker Nobe Partners. If you've been thinking about a new mower, gator, or compact tractor, May is the time to take a look. Get cash off new select John Deere equipment, plus affordable finance options to help make your purchase even easier. Bring home dependable equipment built for the season ahead. Come see us at any of our S&P dealerships or visit snpartners.com. Seidenstricker Nobe, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 6/3/2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
I asked the question before, am I the butthole? Because a very specific thing happened, which I'm about to tell you about. Took a flight back on Southwest Airlines. Before I get into it, I got to say a couple of things about Southwest.
Oh, no. Is it going to be, are you going to talk about Reagan again and the circular?
Oh, Reagan is awful. Reagan Airport is just terrible.
Well, but the TSA lines are short. That is a
it is
profoundly redeeming factor.
It is. It's 4 minutes to get through, but then you're all squeezed into this little circle where there are 9 gates that were all built for airplanes that held 30 people, not 200. So it's a bad airport.
He did send a picture.
And it doesn't really do justice because there's nowhere to sit for anybody. Like people are standing and it's just, you're all crammed in together. So that's number one. Number two, this is a pretty cool thing that happened to me. On my flight there and flight back, first bag off the belt each time, and I wasn't.
You check a bag for a weekend trip?
So this is how my complaint started. They sent me a text message, both flights, and it said, "Hey, space is going to be limited, so if you have a carry-on, and because of the group I was boarding in, you're probably going to have to check your bag."
Okay.
And then they send you another one and say, you're going to have to check your bag, and we'll do it for free. So I had to check my bag both times.
Ugh.
And that's the other thing about Southwest with their stupid checked bag.
Yeah.
Because of that, nobody is checking bags because people flew Southwest for years because of no checked bag fees.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to carry on. Well, there's too much carry on now because Southwest screwed up their whole business model.
Yeah, they did.
Now they're just like everybody else. So here's what happened on the plane last night. The flight lands. We're on we pull up to the gate, and you know how people inevitably stand up, even though it's not your turn.
Yeah.
So directly behind me, there is an older couple.
Okay. Oh, man. I don't even like the way this is going. This is not good.
There's an older couple.
There's an elderly lady. Yep.
And she stands up.
Okay.
And she has a cane. And so she's directly behind me. And so I'm in the middle seat.
Okay.
The man next to me on the aisle, he stood up too. So he gets out and walks out. And she, I think, is thinking that it's time for her to walk. I stepped right in front of her. I stepped right in front of her and I said, nope, there is a system here. There's a system here.
Did you say that to her?
No, but I was waiting for her to, and I had it loaded in my head. I'm like, I know what she's going to say. Like, how dare you? Because then she did walk in front of the lady who was by the window next to me.
Well, maybe she needed to go with the old man.
The old man was still with her. She left him in the dust.
Oh.
And so I know, like I played this all out in my mind, and it was, I'm going to look like a bad person for stepping in front of this lady with a cane. But we have a system.
No.
And the system is we go row by row by row by row. That's how this works. You don't get to go just because you have a cane.
This is why you like Seinfeld. You are George Costanza. You are Jerry Seinfeld.
I think
pushing
I'm more
old lady out of the way.
Larry David. But this is true. We have a system here, and we've been, and in fact,
George Costanza is Larry David.
In fact,
yes,
this woman did make her way, because I turned back and I looked. She made her way off the plane.
You cut her off, and then you looked back at her?
I just wanted to see what I was dealing with. And they got a wheelchair out for her.
Oh, my gosh. Ronch.
Now, let me, in my defense, I'm right about the Rose thing. I'm right. That's number one. Number two, they specifically made an announcement as we landed and pulled up to the gate. If you need a wheelchair, stay in your seat and we will come get you. They specifically told people to stay in. She heard it.
She may not have.
I heard it.
Maybe
and
she's
I was
hearing
barely
impaired.
paying attention.
But she's older.
They came over to talk to her like 3 times before the flight landed. I know she knew there was a wheelchair that was going to come pick her up. But I'm sorry. I don't care what your problem is. You're not getting off the plane.
You know, we're living in a society.
We have rules for a reason. And the rule is you stay in your damn seat till it's your Rose turn. We have a system.
Shouldn't she have been further up in a handicap section?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if
it's that bad.
If you need an accessible seat, go get one of those.
Yeah.
We have a system.
I feel like unbelievable. This is one of the weird paradoxes where you are simultaneously both a horrible person and hilariously likable at the same time.
But I'm also right. I'm right about this. She told everybody, if you need a wheelchair, you stay in your seat.
So you cut off the lady with a cane and you looked back like, that's right.
No, not like that. I waited until we got off onto the jet bridge. And then I was halfway up the jet bridge, and I turned back and looked, and
if she tried to cut in front of you, would you have kicked the cane?
I would not have kicked the cane, but I remember because I saw her get up and move forward, and I'm like, she's not getting in front of me. I am not letting this old lady with a cane cut in front of me. It's not happening today.
Not today.
Not
today, loser.
Not today, pal. Know your place. And your place is row 17. I'm row 16. When 16 peels out of here, then you can go.
I mean, that's fair. I would never a 17 can't go before a 16. That's not how it works.
We have a system.
We live in a society.
What's going on with this board of commissioners?
I don't know.
Board of police commissioners, they're not even showing up to budget meetings, even though they're demanding all this money. We're going to talk to Rasheen Aldridge, alderman for Ward 14 here in St. Louis. This is a bit of a problem here since the state has taken over the police department in St. Louis. Alderman Aldridge will join us when we come back on KMOX.
Some shows are about sports. Some shows are about nothing. This one's kind of both.
So the show's not really a sports show per se. It's just a show. Glover here, we talk about whatever is happening, life, work, random stuff. And yeah, the Cardinals always find their way in. I'm a lifelong fan, love going to the games, love supporting the team, and love hanging out with you guys.
The Dave Glover Show at 1, and then Cardinals baseball.
This is Congressman Bob Onder. Americans demanded border security, and House Republicans delivered. According to the Department of Homeland Security, for 10 consecutive months, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has reported 0 illegal aliens released at the border. I'm proud to have worked with the Trump administration to secure our southern border and uphold our immigration laws, and will keep fighting to advance strong policies that protect Missourians and keep America safe.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Currently 70 degrees, cloudy and humid with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm today. Breezy this morning. Some of the thunderstorms could bring flash flooding and local damaging wind gusts, a high of 76. Tonight, overcast with some showers and a thunderstorm, a low of 57. Weather sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. We're partners committed to you, your business, and your community. From family law to litigation, we're ready to serve. Visit SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes and get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates.
The smartest way to do your homework is Hackman Lumber.
Thinking about building a new deck? Start with the deck experts at Hackman Lumber, home of one of the largest inventories of decking materials and accessories in Missouri. From treated lumber and cedar to all the leading names in decking, their experts will help you choose the perfect materials for your dream deck. Then finish it off with endless railing options, balusters, and LED deck lighting to bring your backyard to life. Hackman Lumber will not be undersold on in-stock decking materials, guaranteed. Do it yourself? Their team is ready with expert advice. Need help from a pro? They can connect you with trusted local contractors. Also, check out their expanding paint department with custom color matching. And don't forget, follow Hackman Lumber on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to catch weekly deal specials and project inspiration all season long. Or visit us at hackmanstl.com. Locations in St. Peters, Troy, and Pacific, Missouri.
Why would life-saving care require a membership? In a real emergency, are you reaching for your wallet or your phone to call 911? And what if the member helicopter isn't the closest one? What if they don't carry blood on board? What if those differences matter? They do. Arch Air Medical Service is proud to serve Effingham and surrounding communities with life-saving air medical care. Our highly trained crews deliver advanced medicine in the air because when seconds count, capability matters more than a card in your wallet. Plus, we're part of Air Methods, the nation's largest air medical provider. Worried about cost? Here's the truth. The No Surprises Act protects patients with private insurance from unexpected out-of-network air ambulance bills. You'll only pay your in-network copay, coinsurance, or deductible. If you have Medicare or Medicaid, similar protections apply. Providers cannot bill beyond those limits. That means no air medical membership is needed. Learn more at airmethods.com. Copays, coinsurance, and deductibles are set by insurance providers, not Air Methods. Terms and costs may vary. Contact your insurer for details.
This is the Gas House Gang from KMOX.
Bernie Nicholas and the Gas House Gang, today at noon on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Well, there's been a lot of back and forth between the Board of Aldermen and the Police Board, or the Board of Police Commissioners, and a lot of this centered around the budget. And the Police Board of Commissioners says, okay, you guys, meaning the city of St. Louis, in the budget didn't include the Rams settlement money as general revenue, and we think you lowballed it, so we think we need $68 million more than originally budgeted. We noted Mayor Kara Spencer says it feels like the Board of Commissioners is trying to squeeze every last drop out of the city of St. Louis. So joining us now to discuss exactly what's going on is Alderman Rasheen Aldridge. He's the alderman of Ward 14. He joins us in studio now. Alderman Aldridge, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Amy.
All right, so I kind of brought up some of the back and forth with the police budget, and that a certain percentage, I believe currently it's 23% of general revenue in the city of St. Louis, needs to go to law enforcement, police, public safety. Mm-hmm. And the Board of Commissioners said, well, when you include the Rams settlement money, that number jumps by $67 or $68 million, and we need that now. And the mayor, the Board of Aldermen say, we can't do that. Where are you guys with that?
Yeah, I mean, which lawsuit do you want to talk about? It's so many. I mean, last week I walked in City Hall and I looked at my mailbox and I was being summoned by the Board of Police Commissioners. So I guess the recent thing from them is now they're saying that Rams money is part of general revenue, which, and I'm no lawyer, but like general revenue is typically funds that you bring in on a general basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our sales tax, right? Funds and special taxes that we have in the city of St. Louis, retail tax, hotel tax, like those are general revenue.
1% tax in that too. The
earnings tax, you know, all of that is included in the general revenue, but that's what makes up the budget. Our budget is 1 point some billion. We bring in about 600 some million. We spend just as much out. But when you talk about RAM settlement, that's like a one-time payment. That's not general revenue. So imagine it like your check. You get a check every 2 weeks. But if you get a lawsuit, you're not going to get another one like every 2 weeks. That is kind of a one-time payment. And I totally agree with the mayor. I feel like this Board of Police Commissioners are really honestly dividing city leaders and law enforcement, and not just city leaders. I've talked to so many people in my community that typically be very like pro-police, and I feel bad for our rank and file, but have seen what's going on with the Board of Police Commissioners, and it's making them be like, they don't like what's going on. And we're talking about a Board of Commissioners that aren't elected, that don't know the city process when it comes to like budgetary. I've been on budget committee now 3-4 years, and I'm still learning. And I think what they're trying to do will have consequences to the rest of the city. When you talk about trash truck drivers, when you talk about our street department, when you talk about other departments, if we go over the 23% that the state legislator is mandating us to do, it's going to have consequences at other city departments.
Well, and then I guess the kicker is that you guys the Board of Aldermen recently had the budget meeting.
Yes.
Regarding the proposed spending for the upcoming fiscal year. It's what you do, but the police commissioners did not show up to that meeting.
Yeah.
Which is a budget meeting, and they have a budget issue. And so yesterday, the St. Louis City Aldermen voted to subpoena the St. Louis Board of Commissioners, Police Board.
Yes,
police
correct.
Commissioners.
So I'm the budget chair. So we've been meeting for the last 3 weeks. Typically, after the budget goes from ENA, which is made up of like the mayor, the president, and the comptroller, they vote on the budget. It comes to the Board of Aldermen. I feel like the Board of Aldermen has the best like process because we listen to every department. We're meeting today. We're hearing from like slate, supplies, CDA, like various departments each day. We spend hours in these budget hearings going department by department. And in the first week, we typically, I try to make sure that we hear from public safety. So, we hear from the fire department, we hear from our building division, excise, and police. This year was different. I reached out to Sonia to ask if the department can come in front of the budget committee. And they denied and said they was not coming because of pending litigation. And, what I told Commissioner Gray is this may not be the budget that you all want, but this would be a perfect opportunity to say, hey, this is why we need more money because of cars, buildings, or whatever. So since they didn't come in front of the committee, and today is our kind of last day of departments, myself and my colleagues, voted to send a subpoena over, which would be probably sent over today to the police commissioners, including the mayor, and their budget person to come in front of the Board of Aldermen Budget Committee on May 27th at noon to present their budget. The police department is the biggest budget in the city of St. Louis, and it's the biggest budget of public safety. And when they're asking for more money but not being transparent of why they need it or to be able to advocate for the needs of it but just want us to sign off on it, it's no other department do that. So I think this was a step we didn't want to take, but it's important to make sure that we hear from the biggest part of the city budget and understand what are the needs of the police officers. Like, we want to support, but if you just say, hey, give me a check and don't show up, like, that's not how it goes.
So what if they don't? I mean, I imagine they're going to. Have they responded to it at all?
They haven't responded so far. I haven't checked my city email. I'll check here shortly, but I haven't got a response yet from any commissioner or their spokesperson.
Have you personally had many conversations with any of the commissioners?
Mainly Sonia Gray, because she is kind of like the government liaison person, and I've known her protested with her husband, Reverend Gray. So it really hasn't been a need to like reach out that much. I've been letting like kind of the fight with the mayor and the city do its thing, and to like recently I got summons because they say that we're part of not giving those funds. But I recently reached out to try to figure out how do we have the police board come in front of the budget committee, which I do every department as they come in front of the committee.
So do you believe that up until this budget, and I don't know if you can give specifics, but the whatever is set aside for the police department is actually sufficient? And they're just saying they just want more on top of what you're providing?
Yeah, in my opinion. So if you look back at, and you know, all our documents are public, I think we're providing them this year like 220 to 18 million for their full budget. Last year, the city provided to the police department 205, and I think the year before that it was a little bit of like 190 something. So, you know, Paul Payne is our budget director. He's been the city budget director for like 20 years, and I know he is somebody who will abide by the law and try to figure out how to make sure that we get to 23%, 24%, and 25%, which means some departments have been cut a little bit. But I believe when, you know, I look at the budgets that's proposed by the city, absolutely. You know, I think we are giving them what they need. You know, under Mayor Jones, they got a large raise. They're voting to give themselves another large raise. And the only problem with that is, it's not that we don't want to pay our law enforcement, but we have a parity. So once we pay police, we have to pay fire. And then other city employees are like, wait, how is like, you know, police and fire getting a 14% raise? And we haven't got a raise in the city of St. Louis. But ultimately, I think we're going beyond the budget honestly need. I think it's probably a little bit more than 23% of what we're providing to the police department.
And I know, you know, part of that with giving the police officers a raise is to help make it competitive with, you know, the precincts, the departments surrounding the city, right?
Mhm.
Because, you know, Clayton can poach St. Louis police officers,
Right,
St. Louis
right.
City police officers, and they can get paid more. And so you need that competitive aspect when it comes to paying police officers. When it comes to the commissioners and the Board of Aldermen, and I don't know how this works. I don't know what is protocol, what's normal, or what's not. But, like, should there be more conversations where the commissioners themselves are talking to the aldermen themselves instead of always, well, we're going to go through one person, you know, whether it's Sonia Gray or another liaison?
Mm-hmm.
Does that happen? Could that happen where the commissioners sit down with the Board of Aldermen to see? Because it can definitely feel like the two groups are antagonistic right now.
Yeah, no, it should. I mean, there should be, you know, we are the legislative branch, and they are like these unelected commissioners that have almost like legislative authority without like writing bills, and appropriation authority without like going through the process, you know. And it would be great for us to like all sit down, because the decisions that they make is almost a little bit of like going around the process, right? The decisions that they're voting on as commissioners, it would be good to also have the legislative branch part of those conversations outside of Mayor Spencer, who sits on the commission as an ex officio member. But, you know, I've talked to Chris, as I've been to Chris at the dock, and I'm like, hey, we'd love to sit down with you. I've also invited the Chris to come in front of public safety. So I serve on a public safety board, the vice president, of like, again, just to communicate of what are the needs, as I guess he's been getting a deeper dive of, you know, the buildings and the fleet and everything of the police department. But there's no communication on their end when it comes to the decisions that they're making. And it would be great, because I think we all want to see our police department succeed. But I think the setup that we have right now have a board, in my opinion, that are making rogue decisions without any input from elected officials, because we are, as I always say, the alders are the boots on the ground. Like, we know our constituents better than citywide folks. Mm-hmm. And that lack of communication and that lack of like cooperating, working together, I think is dividing the city when it comes around public safety, because you have this board that's making decisions without even speaking to electeds, let alone the community, on how do we move forward together.
And by the way, when you're talking about Chris, you mean Chris Saraceno with Chris's Pancakes, Bartolinos, that family
Yes.
who's on the board. And we talked about it. It's a great restaurant group. I'm just not I'm not exactly sure what should qualify a person to be on a board of commissioners for a police department. That doesn't seem to be a qualifying factor to me. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but does the board itself, does it make sense to you?
I mean, one, the board doesn't, I think one represents what St. Louis looks like. You know, no shade. There's like, maybe 5, 6, a majority are white men, and then Sonia Gray is a black woman, and then you have the mayor. Also, I would say the problem with the board is you have somebody on the board who sell cars to the police department. Like, that is the biggest conflict because you can influence, you know, the way that votes go or where money goes. And I think that's Don Brown. I think it's Don Brown. It's one of the car folks. But, you know, there's nobody on the board that has like law enforcement experience, right? You would assume that if this is going to be a board of police commissioners, that there's folks on the board that may have some experience on, you know, how the police department work. I give maybe a little credit to Sonia Gray. She was a personnel director, so she understands city government a little bit. But again, there's nobody on that board that I think has that experience outside of the mayor of how our city work. Our city is unique in a way with having, you know, the police department, and then you have sheriff's department, but you also have marshals. The marshals are under the police, park rangers under the police. So in my opinion, it's not a board that's made up to be successful when it comes to moving public safety forward because of the lack of experience. Not in a disrespectful way, but, you know, I love Chris. You know, I think he runs a good business, but
he absolutely does.
Yeah, but
well, would you say it would be fair to have like some business owners, but then some who have experience in public safety and a little bit more diverse background of experiences?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have a
business owners are. I mean, they're invested.
Yeah, they're invested, and they know how to, like, you know,
but it can't
balance
be all business owners, right?
True, and they know how to balance the checkbook. But right now, you don't have anybody on there that have that law enforcement experience, in my opinion, and, you know, is looking out for, you know, being a previous officer of like what the people on the ground actually need, right? So, I mean, I think it's a board. I mean, the governor's a business guy who like owns a car lot. He used to own it like way back in the day. That pick people on this board that I don't think not only don't have the understanding of the police department, but honestly, the most frustrating thing about this board is the lack of cooperation, that they have not been working with city leaders, and it's only dividing us. It's only making process, in my opinion, more worse.
So how do you think this gets resolved?
Ultimately, I think it's going to have to get resolved in court. You know, with all the different lawsuits for the court to either say, hey, general revenue is not Rams dollars. Hey, 23% means X, Y, and Z. You know, I think the law is going to have to come and say, you know, how do we move forward on funding when it comes to the city department or the city budget to our police department? I don't see no other way, unfortunately, and I hate that it's getting to this place. But you've had a police commissioner board that, in my opinion, has not like worked with city leaders. They've only been super aggressive. They don't want to show up. They don't want to be transparent, but they just want to say give, but not like work together to try to figure out how do we get there together.
Ward 14, Alderman Rasheen Aldridge, we appreciate you coming in. It's good to see you. Thank you for your time today.
Always glad to be here.
Alderman Aldridge with us here on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Muni tickets for 2026 are on sale now, featuring Hairspray, Shrek the Musical, South Pacific, Disney's Newsies, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Something Rotten. Choose your seats now at muni.org.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
St. Louis, are you ready to go Hardy?
I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed.
The country rock hitmaker behind Truck Bed, Wait in the Truck, and One Beer. He's bringing his No Holds Barred live show to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater June 5th. With special guests Cameron Whitcomb and McCoy Moore. Hardy, live, loud, and unapologetic. One night only. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
Don't miss the final home game of the season. Your St. Louis Battlehawks take on the Dallas Renegades Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. at the Dome. It's Battlehawks Kids Day. Plus, fans can score an Archie bobblehead while supplies last. Tickets start at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com. Caw-caw.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done, inside and out, at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Giddy up! It's the Cardinal Cowboy. Is your garage door past its prime? Get a free repair or replacement quote from Renner Garage Door. Renner is America's oldest family-owned garage door company that serves both wholesale and retail markets. Right now, get $100 off a new garage door when you mention this ad. With trusted brands like Delden, Amar, LiftMaster, you know it's built to win. Renner's also hiring experienced techs and installers. RennerDoorSTL.com. Forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S. Ethos.com/Mike.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX. Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
Well, Ranj, we've been talking a lot about commencement addresses recently.
Oh, man.
Everybody's graduating. Andy Cohen, St. Louis native.
I know that guy.
Bravo executive, the Real Housewives guy. He delivered Wash U's commencement address, which I think was kind of funny. I think he said to take inspiration from the Real Housewives, but at any rate, he was spotted out at Blueberry Hill while he was in town, and also Bar Napoli. And he was given an honorary doctorate from Wash U.
Did you see James Gunn was at SLU's commencement?
I did.
The director, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
We had his brother Sean on a couple of years ago, wasn't
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn. He was cool. I'd love to get James on the show. I'm sure he's got things to say.
I think
Very
he does.
successful director.
I know you've seen this. I was just going to throw it out there. McDonald's. Ever heard of it? McDonald's will finally get a stadium naming rights deal.
That's right.
With the MLS Chicago Fire. And it is the first time that McDonald's will have its name on a U.S. pro sports franchise home.
Which seems... It's interesting that that's the case because as big of a company as McDonald's is and was at one time really, really big, right? Well, I guess it still is, but they've never had their name on a building like that. A sports franchise. You would have thought
You
it's
would
McDonald's, right?
Maybe they didn't want it. Maybe sports,
Maybe.
because
They
McDonald's
didn't need
is
it?
too big.
Yeah. Did you see that the state has passed and just is now waiting for Governor Kehoe to sign the speed limit increase?
Heard it on TIAM this morning, buddy.
So the interstate speed limit will be upped to 75 miles an hour in less populated areas, but near urban areas it will remain under 70, because I think if you go pretty much all the way to Chesterfield, right, for example, on 40 or 64, it stays under 70. Isn't it 65?
Oh, yeah. No, it never
Yeah.
hit 70 in
Right.
Chesterfield or
But if it-
Frontenac, the 40 corridor.
Anywhere where it is 70 miles an hour right now, it is going to go up to 75, so you can drive just a little bit faster while you're texting.
No, do not text and drive.
Well, yeah, don't.
Oh, my gosh.
But I'm saying people do.
I was so upset. There was a guy who was kind of swerving on Manchester Road and driving really slowly a couple nights ago. And I look, and it's a young kid behind the wheel of an SUV. I say young. He's probably like 28. But he's behind the wheel of an SUV, and he's staring at his phone, and I never saw him look up. And he kept slowing down to the point that he created a one-man traffic jam on Manchester Road. And I was kind of I wanted to pull my car in front of him and
Honk at
stop.
him.
Just see if he ran into me.
That's for times like that. I want one of those storm chaser vehicles that are all armored up, just so
Yeah.
I can give you a little bump.
Oh, I was so mad at him.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Dave Simons, partner and managing director of One Private Wealth. There is a lot to get into with him in terms of the economy and how your prices are being affected. We'll do that. Also, I've yet to hear from many of you telling me that I'm the butthole for cutting off the lady with the cane on the airplane.
Man.
So let me know. It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Through America's musical past as the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra teams up with the sensational doo-wop project for a night of vintage soul and seamless harmonies. Experience the iconic sounds that shaped American music through the evolution of doo-wop, including favorites like Sherry and Walk Like a Man, along with doo-wopified renditions of modern hits and more. Buckle up for a feel-good celebration that brings generations together, featuring the doo-wop project and your St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. Saturday, May 30th at Powell Hall. Tickets on sale now at slso.org.
Hi, this is Steve Butts from the Crawford Butts Insurance Agency. In 2026, our agency celebrates a momentous occasion as we celebrate 65 years of service to our clients, a tribute to our founder and my dad, Nor Butts. Our staff is ready to assist you with all your insurance needs. So please call me, Steve Butts, at 314-752-2500 or at crawfordbutts.com. For auto, home, and commercial insurance needs, that's crawfordbutts.com.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's ruffgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's ruffgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us, and we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529. or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It is 10 o'clock, and we do have some sunshine now in downtown St. Louis. I'd call it partly sunny, 74 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche appearing before Senate Appropriations Subcommittee fielding questions about the $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund that he created to compensate friends of President Trump who believe they were targeted by the Biden administration. The subcommittee's ranking member, Maryland's Chris Von Hollen, accuses Blanche of doing the president's dirty work and of having conflicts of interest since he's Trump's personal lawyer.
You are still acting as the president's personal lawyer, not as acting attorney general. It is hard to justify giving you any funds that will enable this pattern of wrongdoing to continue.
Blanche said the fund isn't limited to Republican victims.
It's not limited to the Biden weaponization. It's not limited to, in any way, scope or form to January 6 or to Jack Smith. There's no limitation on the claims.
Nearly 100 Democrats have urged a judge to block this fund. St. Charles City Council expected to vote on a potential mega data center ban tonight. That move as the city's one-year ban on data centers expires soon. St. Louis City's Planning Commission, meanwhile, pumped the brakes on a revised plan for regulating data centers, holding off on a vote. Festus residents who organized a fight to fight a $6 billion data center say they've cleared a major hurdle in their effort to recall the city's mayor and 3 remaining city council members. Franklin County commissioners had hoped to avoid a repeat of the 12-hour meeting they'd previously gone through over data centers. Well, yesterday's lasted 13 hours. Instead, commissioners took no action. An animal shelter in Belleville evacuating due to rising floodwaters. The St. Clair County Animal Control is transferring some of the dogs and cats to Gateway Pet Guardian Animal Shelter, but they don't have room for all the animals. The shelters are urging residents to foster any animals for 2 weeks if they can, and Gateway Pet Guardians will offer foster families food and supplies. From the KMOX Business Desk, a new assessment of AI-powered mental health apps concludes they could pose a risk to teens who use them.
The Common Sense Media Youth AI Safety Institute worked with psychiatrists at Stanford Medicine. They conducted thousands of exchanges with 5 popular therapy apps. Robbie Torney, head of AI and digital assessments for the Institute, says some apps had serious flaws.
They aren't able to recognize when a person is in crisis and respond appropriately. They're not able to detect symptoms or red flags or warning flags that a person or a doctor would.
Torney adds some of those apps, such as WISA, have no human oversight if something goes wrong. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
This afternoon will be cloudy and humid. A couple more showers and a thunderstorm, especially early. Watch for ponding on roadways, the high 76. Cloudy and turning cooler tonight. A shower or two, perhaps a thunderstorm, low 56. Even cooler tomorrow with cloud and a couple of showers giving way to some sun, the high 69. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Currently partly sunny and 74 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Sponsored by Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty 314-325-6888.
Need to sell your home and you want the most money? The name to remember is Gloria Lou. Yes, Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty at 314-325-6888 and start packing.
Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Every Tuesday, we talk to Dave Simons. He is a partner and managing director of One Private Wealth, and the economy is something we always are discussing and mindful of. And there's a lot going on in the world, in case you didn't notice, and a lot of those things happening are affecting us individually. Let's talk to Dave. How's it going, Dave? It's good to have you on the Quiver River Electric guest line.
As always, a pleasure to be here, Chris. Hello, Amy.
Hello, Dave.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, everybody.
Hey. So, I feel like every time we talk, the news tends to not be good. And I know we had a text thread going at the end of last week, and there were some inflation numbers that aren't good right now, and the trend doesn't seem to be good. And with the war in Iran that has started, everything is being affected because of that. So where do we stand right now? And do you feel like you have any hope that we're going to be okay? Or how are you feeling right now?
Well, we're always going to be okay, the eternal optimist that I am says. However, we can't ignore, obviously, what's right in front of us, even though Wall Street has done a pretty good job trying to ignore it for the most part and keeps saying, well, we think this is going to end, the war, of course, and things are going to get back to normal, so why sell off because it'll just rebound? Well, now even Wall Street and the big boy and girl traders on Wall Street are starting to take notice because of the bond market. And I know this gets a little esoteric. We've talked about this before, but the bond market is the largest exchange, the largest financial institution in the world. Your big institutional traders that trade fixed income are among the most sophisticated financial people in the world. They don't give really into emotion. They look at hard data and they trade accordingly. The bond market has been selling off now for a while. Bonds do not like higher inflation. Bonds do not like interest rates. And the bond market has been signaling to stock traders for now weeks, we got a problem here. And so it's almost like the bond market is knocking on the door of Wall Street. Hey, you guys might want to turn down the loud music and the party. There's some problems happening out here. And it's almost like Wall Street, Mr. Market opens the door and says, hey, what's going on? And the bond market says, yeah, the war is still going on. And Mr. Market says, that thing? I thought it was supposed to be over in 5 weeks. And so now stock traders are starting to finally wake up to the notion, even if this war ends tomorrow, it's not like inflation goes right back down to 2.5% and gas goes to $2.50. There's a long lag time. So yeah, I'm concerned that we now have an inflation problem. I'm not saying that's going to go up to 9% where it was back in 2021 and 22, and that was very temporary, and it did come right back down. My concern is, what if it goes up to 4.5%, 5.5%, and sits there for a while? That's even more problematic because that's where you now even get parts of the middle class that says, yeah, we just need to cut back. And then you've got that domino effect where you look at recession and all that. Again, not a prediction, but I'm telling you guys, this has become higher odds than even a week ago because of some of these recent reports.
Okay, so I kind of want to get back to the bond market, but I also want to ask about what you brought up a few days ago with us, which is the producer price index numbers and how those came out last week, and you called it the canary in the coal mine.
Yes. So producer price index is actually at the wholesale level. It's your producers and the prices that they are getting as they do business with wholesalers. Then there's the chain eventually that gets down to us as consumers at the grocery store, at Home Depot, at Lowe's, and all those places. The producer price index came out last week, shows a 6% increase over the past 12 months. But more ominously, 1.4% in just 1 month from March to April. So we don't even have yet the last couple of weeks, as we know prices have gone up. That 6% level, let's take out COVID, which was really an anomaly, and it really was disruptive in a lot of economic factors. You have to go back about 10 years before you'll see the PPI, or producer price index, as high as 6%. And it only touched about 6% back then in 2016, and it came back down. We've got a trend that's going up. That's going to eventually filter down to us at the retail level. So that's why I say the consumer price index, which just came out, we talked about last week, at 3.8%, which was relatively high. I believe it's going above 4%. Maybe 4.5. I don't know about after that. And then it could be sustained for a while. And that's my biggest concern. I'm not predicting a recession at this point. I'm not saying the stock market's going to go down 20%, but I am saying that the stock market better settle down here. It should not keep going up in the face of this, or the decline will be even sharper. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, of course.
Okay, so if that, what would be a timeline on that where people would notice something substantial is happening?
I think within the next month, in the next couple of weeks, Chris, I think it's very short term. You've got a lot of analysts out there who do not wait for these monthly reports, and they're out kicking the tires and talking to retailers day to day, and they're already telling you prices continue to go up in some selected goods and services. And obviously, it is related to the continued closure of the Strait of Hormuz. And it's not just oil, but everything that the oil products make or involved in. You've got commodities, which are huge input prices in so many things that we buy. And this just feeds on itself, and it is a lag. It didn't happen right away. We talked about this last week, how oil prices and gas prices are the first things that shoot up, and they get all the headline news. Meanwhile, other things take some time. It takes a couple of months, and now we are starting to see. I do believe the first shot across the bow was last week's PPI number. That was a shocker. I'm surprised it didn't get as much attention. I think it will in the next month. I think June, we are going to get some even higher inflation numbers. And here's the other thing. I think this is very important, and I don't get political here, and I won't take sides either way. I'm just going to state the facts here. The market, which is apolitical, it really is. People don't want to believe it, but the big traders, they just want to make money. They don't care who's in office. They just figure out how's the best way I can make money and not lose money. They are starting to lose faith in what is being said coming out of the administration regarding this war. That's just a fact, because they are told one thing one day, and then Iran comes out and says that's not true. And normally we would say, well, who's going to believe Iran? And that's still true. But then you've got these third-party countries that are trying to negotiate deals, and they're also saying, yeah, not everything that you're hearing is not exactly what's happening here on the ground. So Wall Street looks around and says, we don't know who to believe or what to believe. All we know is this war has been going on now for 2.5 months with no end in sight. The strait is still closed with no real resolution. And is it really going to take a full-out, all-assault war with boots on the ground to get this thing done? Maybe, but I don't think there's much of an appetite for that to happen.
Dave, you noted that the largest company in the world, NVIDIA, is announcing its quarterly earnings tomorrow. Why is that so important?
Well, it is hugely important because guess what? The only thing that's really kept the stock market propped up. We just talked about that the party's been going on while some of the economic thunderclouds are brewing here on the horizon. The reason why this party has been allowed to continue is because corporate profits have been so robust. I'm telling you guys, this stock market would continue to be hitting record highs right now. The economy had been rolling along fairly well, huge profits. If there was no Iranian war, and I'll let others debate the efficacies of it, I don't get into that. I'm just telling you, this is what we're faced with here. If we didn't have it, the stock market would be continuing to roll along because of corporate profits. Well, NVIDIA is the poster child. NVIDIA, the big AI company, the largest company in the world, approaching $5 trillion in size. It's amazing. They report after the close tomorrow. If their earnings even come close to missing its see you later NVIDIA stock, again, I'm not giving buy, sell, or hold recommendations, and that could have a big impact negatively on the overall market. I don't think they'll miss. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually exceed expectations. That's what they've been used to, but will that be enough? And then after that, this is very important, we don't hear from NVIDIA again for 3 months. We don't hear again from all other companies reporting earnings until we get well into July. So we're going to be in this dark period with nothing to really drive the market good news while we're still trying to figure out this inflation and war picture. So I know this sounds doom and gloom, and I'm not predicting that the market's going to all of a sudden fall out of bed in June. I just don't see what the catalyst is. I'll put it that way. Now is not the time to reach for risk in the stock market. Just look at your portfolio, make sure it's moderately allocated, and just hunker down.
So you don't want to make any big decisions if you're thinking about NVIDIA, have it. I mean, do you make any big decisions right now, or do you wait, or what do you do?
Yeah, well, I should say this legally in full disclosure. I personally own NVIDIA, and I have for a while. Our firm, One Private Wealth, does have it in a couple of portfolios. We have taken profits along the way. We are not looking to make any moves. Again, that's not a recommendation for anybody else. We do believe in these companies long term, but we are willing to admit here near term, we're probably going to be facing a bumpy road.
Okay. Quick question back on the bond market, because you
Yes.
brought it up, and I feel like that's significant because isn't the bond market usually the stable one? Like that's all right, we feel more comfortable with this.
Great point, Amy, because we are all told to diversify. You got to hold your stocks, but you need something defensive in there during times of turmoil, and fixed income and bonds. That typically is what help sleep at night. It's a great question, Amy, because right now it's not so defensive. Right now it's not so safe. The bond market is selling off. Remember, there's an inverse correlation between bond prices and bond yields. As interest rates go higher, the price of your bond goes down. So right now, people are slightly losing money on their bonds. So this isn't a suggestion to sell your bonds or fixed income. What it is to make sure you're looking at your portfolio and be very careful about owning really long-term bonds, those 20 and 30-year bonds. Those are the ones most negatively impacted by higher rates and higher inflation. In our little corner of the world, we're keeping our maturities safe and tight, short.
Dave Simons, we love talking to you every Tuesday. Once again, thank you.
Appreciate it all the same, and you two have a great week. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
You're the best.
Dave
Thank you.
Simons, partner and managing director of One Private Wealth. And yes, he does join us every Tuesday here on 104.1 FM KMOX at 10:30. Tamar Scher from KMOV covers sports. We'll talk Cardinals with her. We will discuss what's going to happen at Busch Stadium tonight, because it sounds like the boys are coming back. Those Stephen F. Austin baseball players are going to be back in attendance, and I bet they'll be wearing shirts the whole time.
Oh, my gosh.
Actually, we're going to talk to two of those guys.
We are.
Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford of the Stephen F. Austin baseball team. They'll join us at 11:30. You'll want to listen in on 104.1 FM KMOX, and Oliver Marmol on the Gas House Gang today at noon.
What if your bathroom felt less like a routine and more like a daily escape? Glover here from my friends at Michael's Baths. They can transform ordinary bathrooms into beautiful, comfortable spaces for homeowners across St. Louis and all the surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls, perfect for those who love the look of stone without the upkeep. It's sleek, durable, and designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call us at 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
Hey, Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. with same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
Kicking back on your patio with a nice cold beverage, listening to the game, enjoying family and friends, a little barbecue, maybe the shade of the pergola. Who knows what your outdoor space looks like? Or maybe it doesn't look like much and you need some help. Call Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best. They're like your summer headquarters to make sure that your outdoor space is ready for all the celebrating or relaxing that you have planned. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best for 58 years. A family-owned local company that does quality work, and that makes it a real value, because when Chesterfield Fence and Deck does your project, it is going to last for years to come. And they'll offer you 48 months interest-free financing if you mention me, Debbie Monterey, sent you. So you can visit them in person in the Chesterfield Valley or online right now at chesterfieldfence.com. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best.
One city, one voice. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Artificial intelligence is not very popular, it seems, in particular with the youths, because people who are just now about to enter the workforce are rightfully concerned about what their job prospects are going to look like in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
It is already, and has been even going back to when I graduated college. It's difficult to find that first job. And for a lot of people, they spend a lot of time searching, and then it takes a while before you settle into something you really like. But because AI can potentially do all kinds of jobs that people once came out of college and did, at least to start their careers, there is the threat of having all of these potential paying jobs completely wiped off the face of the planet. And so, obviously, if you're 20, 21 years old, you're worried about that, and you should be. And we have played over the last week or so, because we're now in graduation season, so colleges around the country are having graduations, and we just talked about SLU's commencement and Wash U's commencement. Having Andy Cohen, who was probably not there, talking about how good AI is. And I'm sure James Gunn wasn't doing that either, because, he's in a creative field. But we have played a couple of people who have gotten up on stage. They were CEOs of companies and talking about how great AI is and AI is coming. And they're getting booed off the stage by these graduates.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we kind of thought that once you, preparing your commencement speech at a university, heard others around the country getting booed off stages, you'd probably have learned your lesson. It seems like they're not learning their lesson.
Streaming rewrote the economics. Social media rewrote the discovery model. AI is rewriting production as we sit here. I know it. Deal with it. Like I said, it's a tool. Hey, like I said, you can hear me now or you can pay me later. Hey, then do something about it, okay? It's a tool. Make it work for you.
Okay.
I hear a tool.
Yeah.
I hear one. That's Scott Borchetta, who is the CEO of Big Machine Records, and he's
handled
at
it
Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah, he handled it about as well as you could, but it was somehow super irritating. Deal with it. It's a tool.
He handled it horribly. What are you talking about?
I mean, he that's who he
with
is. He said, "You can listen to me now or pay me later."
Yeah, I mean, you deal with. You can't tell people who are about to try to get jobs to deal with something that might take their gigs. And I'm sorry, but not everybody can work in artificial intelligence. It just isn't possible.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm anti-AI for the most part. I know there's some good uses for it.
Some. It didn't stop there because this is from the California Institute of Arts, and it happened again.
Quiet for just a moment, please. Please. If you can, just a second. For just a second. There are people in the back who actually want to hear what he might say. Just give me a second. Give me a second.
This goes on for about 4 minutes, by the way.
I mean, this is...
It's the arts. You said the California
Institute for the Arts.
And you want to talk about AI at the California Institute for the Arts?
I mean, the creative field is one of those that, and just in case you're one of those people that don't go in a creative field, screw you. You know, it's a legitimate industry, and there are multiple different arms of the industry, and people have been doing good work in these different industries for generations. So no, like this is people who have probably trained for 4 years in college for this one particular field. And as they graduate, they're being told, hey, we might use this thing that's going to do the job you could do for totally free. It's going to be worse than what you could have done because it's stupid and it's crappy, but it's going to be free for us. Well, yeah, that's how I'd react too.
So, and I think too, there is a certain arrogance or maybe lack of humility when these speakers talk as if there is objective inevitability to the takeover of AI. And the thing is, I know a lot of, we have listeners who probably say, well, AI, it is coming. You can't stop it. Yes, AI, we're in the age where that is a thing. However, what's not inevitable is how much it's going to take over society or human creativity or ideation or whatever you want to call it, because we're not completely passive. The way that these leaders, these CEOs talk as if it's taking over and there's nothing you can do about it. But the thing is, there are things that we can do if we're smart enough to do them, if we're wise enough to do them, whether you're looking at what we've seen now with the harms of social media and AI on kids, that you've got certain legislation and regulation. It's going to be tough to enact, but you got to do that. But also even like some type of ethics. At some point, a society has to say what they are and are not going to accept when it comes to AI.
The thing about artificial intelligence is like the guy, Scott Borchetta, who said you better embrace it. I mean, or do something about it. What is the average person supposed to do about it? What am I supposed to do to prevent companies from using LLMs or any other kind of artificial intelligence technology?
Yeah,
what do I do?
It's going to be hard.
If it's everywhere, you can't not buy the products. Well, I guess the only thing you can do is not be able to afford anything because you don't have a job.
Yeah, I think again, it's how you engage with it from a consumer level. And if these graduates are going to be business owners and leaders, they can also start to make changes in that department. Again, I know people are saying you don't know what you're talking about. Probably not. Yeah, I probably don't to a degree. But what I don't accept is that we don't have any agency as a society as a whole. I reject that. We've got some agency to try we're at least going to try.
Tonight, the Cardinals will have another group of special guests in town. Tamar Scher is covering baseball. She covers sports here in St. Louis for KMOV and Matrix Midwest, and she's the one who told us that Stephen F. Austin, the baseball team, is coming back to Busch again tonight. We're going to talk to Tamar in just a moment on 104.1 FM KMOX. And did you know the NBA playoffs are happening right now? Well, yeah, they are. And FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all through the NBA playoffs. You ever tried one of these? It is a lot of fun. There are more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks the way you want to for every game, for every matchup, for every moment of the NBA playoffs. You got spreads, player points, threes, and more. You put it all into one same-game parlay, and then you can go for bigger payouts. And if you are going to bet same-game parlays during the NBA postseason, this is the place to do it. It is FanDuel. I've been using the app for years now. I love it, and I think you're going to too. Just give it an opportunity. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started if you haven't done it yet. That is FanDuel.com/Missouri to get in on the action. Got the Cavs and the Knicks playing tonight. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All Access with Ollie Marmol on the Gas House Gang.
I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group. This group fits my personality to a T. I love what we're doing. I love how we're going about it. I love the honest conversations. I love the grit. And there's been certain times where I've caught myself where bases are loaded, our back's up against the wall, and I can't help but smile. I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group.
Ollie Marmol, Tuesdays at noon on KMOX.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, Sin Flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only in 523.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Muggy out there, 71 degrees, breezy, considerable cloudiness and humidity. Could be some showers and thunderstorms today, a high of 76. Tonight, cloudy with a shower, maybe some thunder, a low of 57. Weather sponsored by Artistic Decks.
Kick off summer this Memorial Day with Artistic Decks. We're celebrating with American-style value and rolling back prices on every precision-built deck. Get the backyard you've always wanted. Call 314-280-0821. Artistic Decks, making dreams affordable.
The final home game of the season is here, St. Louis. Your St. Louis Battlehawks hit the field Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. against the Dallas Renegades at the Dome at America Center. It's Battlehawk Kids Day, packed with family fun, Battlehawks energy, and an Archie bobblehead giveaway while supplies last. Join Battlehawks Nation. Bring the whole crew and help close out the season the only way St. Louis knows how. Loud and proud. Caw-caw. Because caw is the law. Get tickets starting at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com or Ticketmaster.
You care about every detail, and so does Purina. Every ingredient in their pet food comes from trusted sources, and every ingredient has a purpose. Whether that purpose is to provide just the right nutrients your pet needs or a flavor they will love, Purina has over 250 recipes made without artificial flavors or preservatives for you to choose from. You're sure to find something both you and your pet will love. Learn more at Purina.com.
This is the Gas House Gang from KMOX.
Bernie Nicholas and the Gas House Gang, today at noon on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Chris and Amy on KMOX. We've got the Gas House Gang at 12, and let me check. Oh, my God, it's Ollie Tuesday. Oliver Marmol is on the show at 12 o'clock today. So we hope you'll be listening in to that. But it is time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line this morning. And joining us from KMOV and Matrix Midwest is Tamar Scher, who covers sports for those outlets. How's it going, Tamar?
It's
great to chat with you today, Chris. Thanks for having me. And I think vibes are pretty high here in St. Louis when it comes to sports.
Yeah, we have been loving the Tarps Off momentum. And as Ranj mentioned, you reported that the Stephen F. Austin crew is returning for tonight's game. How did that come about? Because they already flew back to Texas, correct?
Well, I think that they were playing in a tournament in Alton, Illinois, and what they did was, as the Cardinals were looking to figure out how to keep this momentum going, obviously all of Cardinals Nation filed in, wanted to pack that right field section. It wasn't just that ball club. But with that being said, the Cardinals, I think, partnered up with the club team to say, hey, we want you to come back, and here the team is coming back on that tonight's game. So I think what was happening was they were playing over in Alton over the weekend. They're sticking around. They want to come to their final game at Busch Stadium, not limit it to the I-70 series. And then the whole message around it, though, is, yes, this is so exciting because this is the team that started the trend at Busch Stadium for the season to rally behind, but they hope this continues. The Cardinals want this to spill over into every series the rest of the season, every game. And, of course, you're going to have a game like you did on Sunday, weren't able to accomplish the sweep, but still you have your fans cheering you on, getting you excited and pumped up. And that's what makes baseball and sports so fun, is that energy around the ballpark, no matter what, supporting the team.
All right, Tamar. So how do they keep this going without making it too
cheesy?
Well, too yeah, I mean, cheesy is manufactured. That's a probably better word to describe it, because you want it to be there, you want it to be organic, you want to foster it a little bit, but not too much. So how do the Cardinals keep this going all year?
I think that someone had a brilliant idea on X, actually, and it's to invite other I know. Hey, this was a brilliant idea, though. It was invite other teams, like the Parkway Central baseball team was there on Saturday. I was there in the stands getting to know some of the guys with the Tarps Off crew originators. But then I got to meet someone who said, hey, the entire Parkway Central baseball team is here. Organically, they were going to be here, and now they're taking part in being around this movement. So I think if the Cardinals lean in, just like Ollie Marmol has done and the entire organization has done, it's bring different teams from the St. Louis area to the ballpark to start this, to ignite this. And just, I think that now that it has become a thing, that people will just flock to that section and continue to do this. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, we talk about corny, cheesy, whatever. If the guys are having fun with it and they're enjoying it, that's what it's about. So I can't say, yeah, this cheering in the right field section is what's getting the bats going. It's what's getting the baseball going. But part of the game is mental. So if you can feed into that energy on the mental side of the game and get Mason Wynn excited, get Victor Scott excited, get Ryan Stanek excited, like that's what you want to see, especially you talk about this being a rebuild year, but hey, they are impressing in all different facets. And to get fans out like this and have the most fun that I've seen in my time in St. Louis, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, Tamar, I also, this movement, we could call it the enthusiasm of youth, right? With this young club baseball team just being so excited, the Tarps Off movement really had to collide with a ball club that would also be receptive to it in this way. And I think with this young squad already playing above expectations, already showing an enormous amount of passion and grit and really fun. This has been a fun team to watch. I think that's partly what made this so special. Not saying Tarps Off wouldn't have worked last year, but I don't think it would have resonated in quite the same way.
Listen, I think Ollie Marmol is brilliant. And this is the second time on this call that I'm saying that. But because he wanted to lean in and he bought out the rest of the section for Saturday and Sunday and leaned into the moment of saying, we want this, we need this, because this is a reward, to your point, Amy, of the fact that these guys have earned the fans' respect. They're playing free. They're playing exciting baseball. They're doing the little things right that makes this such a good, cohesive unit. You feel the different energy in the clubhouse. And I've been saying this since spring training. Every guy that I've been able to talk to talks about the fact that this year feels different than years past. This year feels like there is this cohesive energy within the clubhouse. There is no one leader voice leading the crew in the clubhouse. This is everyone working together, supporting each other. And if you can lean into not only the success of your teammates, hey, they're winning games they shouldn't be winning, quite honestly, and what they're able to do in comeback fashion. And you talk about last week when the shirtless rally began, it ended up in a walk-off, Joel Pozo doing what he does. So that's going to be a thing that is the difference maker in this season. But the fact that they are entertaining and they're earning fan respect, they're earning fan excitement, that's what is making this season so fun right now.
Tamar Scher with KMOV is with us on KMOX. And the Cardinals tonight begin a series against the Pirates. They have only played 6 games against the Central Division. And so now they're going to start a stretch of 12 in a row against all the teams in the division. And we discussed this a little bit yesterday. How important do you think these games are? I know we're only in May, so we've still got a lot of season to go. But now for the first time, really getting a good chunk of games against their own division teams.
And wow, what a tough division it is. And this is pivotal, I think. I think to be able to see how they stack up against a division where all the teams are above 500 and you're feeling this momentum of how hot the NL Central is, this is where you start to differentiate yourself. And, of course, I'm talking about this on May 19th. So there is a lot of baseball left to be played. But if you can stack yourself up against the best in the division at this point when you're at that close to, you're over a quarter of the way through, you're looking toward that halfway point. This is the moment where you have to seize it and you have to figure out how you stack up in the division. And I'll say I feel more of a sense of confidence now than I did at obviously the beginning of everyone else saying at the beginning of the season they didn't know what this would turn out to be. But they're holding teams accountable. They're staying competitive. They're able to stay competitive on the road. And I think that those are really key components. And to your point, Chris, this is a very important stretch for the Cardinals to show their identity of who they are, especially when you're stacking yourself up against the great division that is the NL Central this season.
When you look at the Cardinals, really since mid-April, they have done really well in close games, low-scoring games, which is interesting because teams are not scoring a lot of runs against this Cardinals team. The Cardinals are also at times struggling to score runs, so it's like pretty even, that run differential there since middle of April, but they've been doing pretty well. Is that a testament to pitching, to defense, just being able to eke out these 1- and 2-run games that last year they were definitely losing?
And I think that has something to say about the ability to continue the fight. And that's what is bringing fans into the ballpark, like we just talked about, the ability to come back and win games that you look at it and like last year, to your point, I didn't know if they would necessarily win those. So I think that it is the all-around ability. Yes, some nights it is the pitching. Yes, some nights it's the bats getting hot. So they're winning in different ways. That is the key to what this season is, and that is why they are able to do this. I find it interesting, and this is an interesting comparison, but when we talk about the Billikens a lot over the season, we're talking about a different guy can go off every night and prove themselves. I feel like that's the case with this St. Louis Cardinals team as well. You got nights that Ivan Herrera's bats hot. You got a night that Joel Pozo provides the comeback spark and walk off. I mean, there are different, and of course, we talk about how amazing Jordan Walker has been this season and J.J. Weatherholt having his moments. But truly, I can go down that lineup and show you different people. Mason Wynn's defense, obviously outstanding. So there are different ways in which these guys are winning games, And that's what's getting them over the hump. That's what's getting the momentum going, especially when you talk about run differential, in my opinion.
Tamar Scher, you do work with SLU, and they just had a pretty successful basketball season and are hoping for an even better one next year. We've still got some time before that happens, but John Rothstein, who covers college basketball for CBS Sports, just reported that they're going to have I was excited when I saw it, and I'm still glad they're getting the matchup, but they are getting a home and home with Nebraska. However, it's an exhibition home and home. And I know that it's been difficult for teams like SLU to schedule the better, the tougher opponents. But simply getting the exhibition, does that mean anything about the Billikens program? Does it mean that they're getting a little bit more respect, or would that really only come if they actually got regular season games?
So SLU actually confirmed this as well. So it is a thing for sure. And I mean, I think the fact that not only did they get so much great talent for next season, that's a testament to what they were able to do last season with Josh Schertz, but also just the fact that, to your point, yes, they are in conversations to play with these powerhouse programs in powerhouse conferences. That's really important. Okay, sure, it's an exhibition, but to be able to see them stack up against an opponent like Nebraska is really important and is a testament to what Josh Schertz has built at SLU. Ross Chaffetz came into our studio and was talking about the Billikens with Jacob Sersosimo, and he shared, when Dusty May was here, the national champion head coach from the University of Michigan, he obviously is really close with Coach Schertz, but he came into the facility at SLU and he said, wow, this stacks up with these powerhouse conferences. This stacks up with elite basketball. And you're talking about what Josh Schertz is building. You're talking about what just SLU has built over time, because that is a testament to what the entire program and the entire school has done. But you're at a point now to where you want to see those deep runs in March. You want to see consistency. And I think, to your point, if you can stack yourself up next to some of the best conferences, the best teams in the nation, even if it is exhibition, you're still getting your eyes on how can we see the Billikens stay competitive with these programs. And I think that's very important. So just to start, and I think this opens the door to more to come.
Tamar Scher, we love talking sports with you. Thank you for being with us on KMOX.
Always happy to be with you. Thanks for having me.
You can watch Tamar on KMOV and Matrix Midwest, also part of Billikens broadcasts as well. And we will be giving away some stuff when we come back, and we'll tell you what that is, but you don't get to know right now.
Not yet. But what you do get to know is how great the Only Facial is, Ranj, because I went last week. I saw Francesca. I've been going to see Francesca, and I love it. I think it's my favorite appointment that I have. I go every 4 weeks. Like, I go as soon as I can come back, I start counting the days down to the next facial, because not only is it relaxing in the moment and you leave with your skin glowing, but you know that you are doing something that will help your skin produce collagen, that will calm the skin, have anti-inflammatory benefits, and just improve, that youthful appearance. I'm in my 40s. It's something that I'm thinking about a lot these days, and the Only Facial takes all the stress out of the process. They go through their facial, right? All the same steps that they do, customized to you and your skin, what's best for your skin. It's $125 flat. That includes gratuity, so you don't have to worry about tipping. You don't have to worry about being sold products, because they don't sell products. They're not going to try to get you to buy anything else. You just know what you're getting into, and I love that. And it's working. My skin has never looked better. The Only Facial has a location near you. University City, Des Peres, Clayton, Sunset Hills, Frontenac, Creve Coeur, Streets of St. Charles, and Edwardsville. TheOnlyFacial.com.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up. This is Stories from the Pitch, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with new limited time deals from Lowe's.
3 days before the match, Bebeto's wife gave birth to their third child, a son named Mateus. 3 days later in Dallas, Brazil were tied with the Netherlands in a quarterfinal. Then Romario slipped a pass through. Bebeto, racing onto it, slotted home. He turned, ran toward the corner flag, and started rocking his arms, cradling an invisible baby. Romario joined in. Mazinho, too. 3 Brazilians, side by side, rocking the world's newest baby on the world's biggest stage. Brazil would win that match 3-2 and go on to lift the trophy. Bebeto's son grew up to become a footballer himself. The cradle has been copied 1,000 times since. None of them mean what the original meant.
Stay tuned to this Odyssey station for more Stories from the Pitch.
Cards and Cubs, the rivalry returns to Busch Stadium May 29th, and we are kicking off the weekend early. I'm Tom Ackerman. Join me for a Redbird Roundtable featuring Ozzie Smith, Al Roboski, and Matt Adams, Thursday, May 28th at the Beer Garden at Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We're talking ball, enjoying a cold beer, and celebrating one of baseball's best rivalries. The doors open at 4:30. The Redbird Roundtable, Thursday, May 28th, a free event. Must be 21 or older to attend. Full details at KMOX.com.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
For women with postmenopausal osteoporosis at high risk for fracture, there's more you can do to strengthen your bones with Evenity. This is the sound of 4 women who think they're doing everything they can. A high fracture risk will cause 3 of them to break a bone in their lifetime. With Evenity, they could be rapidly building new bone in just 12 months. 2 think they already are building bone. And for 1, the game is about to change. To make an appointment, press 2. Because she's calling her doctor about Evenity. Evenity can increase the risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a heart problem. Tell your doctor if you have had a heart attack or stroke. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it, as serious events have occurred with Evenity. Signs include rash, hives, swelling of the face or throat, which may cause difficulty in swallowing or breathing, muscle spasms or cramps, numbness or tingling. Tell your doctor about severe jawbone problems as they have been reported with Evenity. Report hip, groin, or thigh pain. Unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred with Evenity. Learn more about building new bone at Evenity.com.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to tell you about the Burn Balance Complex, which is available at Supplement Superstores. And it's Burn Balance Edge for the guys. It's Burn Balance Zen for the women. And what this is very simply a complete metabolism system. It's not just a simple fat burner. It's way more than that. It works with your body to get the metabolism working the way that it's supposed to. So what you notice right away, what I've noticed here in the first couple of months is your shirt will lay a little bit flatter, your pants fit a little bit looser. It's not like that as immediate, but it comes pretty fast. This is a great natural weight loss option for people that don't want prescriptions or injections. If those aren't for you, go to Supplement Superstores and check out the Burn Balance Complex. On top of getting the metabolism working, you're going to get reduced stress with lower cortisol levels. You're going to have appetite control and craving control, all-day focused energy without the jitters that come with energy drinks. And look, it's not magic. You got to do things the right way, but the Burn Balance Complex makes it so much easier. So get out to Supplement Superstores. Tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you in. They will knock 30% off the Burn Balance Complex for you right there, and you can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
I met my wife in law school at the University of Florida. She was from upstate New York and I was from Kentucky. We met at a daily mass at St. Augustine's. She was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen in my life. After communion, I followed her out of the church and got her phone number. The rest is history. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Little did we know that one day we would have 4 children and the largest injury firm in the world. All 4 work in the business. It's a family business. Did I ever see this coming? Hell no. We just worked very hard and treated our clients like we would want to be treated, like family. It's a full-service injury firm, auto accidents, medical malpractice, workers' compensation, Social Security, and insurance disputes. We're open 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit forthepeople.com and we can get to work on your case. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial # law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX and the free Odyssey app.
We've got tickets to give away. I'm not doing it right now, though.
Oh, my gosh.
We're
Can
just
you
telling
say
you.
what
We're
it's
telling you
for?
about. You want to guess?
Okay. Guess?
Do you want to guess?
Yes, I do want to guess.
It's sports. I'll give you that.
Okay. Does it rhyme with Rattle Talks?
It does rhyme with Rattle Talks. The St. Louis Rattle Talks are playing May 29th against the Dallas Renegades, and I believe that is the finale of the season at home.
Already?
It's the last home game of this. I know, right? This season feels like it lasts 5 days, and then it's over. I haven't had a chance to go all year. I'm going to miss this one, too. Dang it. Friday, May 29th against Dallas. Battlehawks. The St. Louis Battlehawks will play, and we've got tickets to give away to you. And we will do that before the show is over. You must be listening for your opportunity to win. We'll give them away today, tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that. So you've got to be listening all week for your chance to win. We were talking, Amy, about artificial intelligence being a topic of commencement speeches for some reason, which I would just not do that anymore if you're a commencement speaker. But there was also a university that used AI to announce graduates' names.
Oh. Ugh.
Which is stupid and weird. And it ended up skipping like hundreds of names.
Oh, my gosh.
Hundreds of names didn't get read because they used AI to do it. And
do you know where this was?
I do, and I've lost it, but I will figure it out here in a moment. But
oh, man.
It's really
Here's
bad.
the thing. Even if AI, like, oh, they're going to be your robot overlords. Okay, let's say that is inevitable. Not yet. AI has been really dumb lately and really easy to trick. I love that kids can trick AI by pinning on a fake mustache.
It was Cal State East Bay, which I'd never heard of, so a smaller school. So imagine you're there at the ceremony, you're expecting your name to be read, and then they, let's let AI do it. And then your name gets forgotten. You know how mad mom and dad would be? They paid a lot of money for that degree of yours. Not to have you be acknowledged in front of everyone.
Although it did make the graduation go by more quickly, which
It
is a benefit
sure
to all.
did. Oh, boy. Same with weddings. Quicker the better. So data centers, which are very closely associated with artificial intelligence because you can't have one without the other. And in Franklin County, there's been so much pushback against data centers. Well, Franklin County resident and member of the Franklin County Rural Coalition, Patricia Schuba, will join the show. Patricia is next on KMOX.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's 11 o'clock. We have a bit of sunshine through the clouds, 76 degrees in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche defending the Justice Department's new anti-weaponization fund before a Senate Appropriations Subcommittee.
The $1.8 billion fund will compensate allies of President Trump who believe they were unfairly targeted politically by the Biden administration. Blanche says the fund is not unprecedented.
It's not limited to January 6 or to Jack Smith. There's no limitation on the claims.
Nearly 100 Democrats have urged a judge to block the fund. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen.
You're using those funds to punish Trump's adversaries, reward his friends, and pursue his personal vendettas.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A Republican congressman in Kentucky fighting for his political life after repeatedly challenging Trump's policies. Thomas Massie squares off against the Trump-backed candidate, Ed Gallerin, in a primary election today. Here's CBS political reporter Zach Hudak.
Tom Massie worked together with a Democrat, with Ro Khanna of California, to push forth Epstein legislation at a time when the White House was still opposing the further release of those documents.
How badly does Trump want Massie out? This showdown is the most expensive U.S. House primary in history. The agency that oversees development in the city of St. Louis has been in the hands of a new leader for about a month and a half. President and CEO of the St. Louis Development Corporation, Stephen Westbrooks, shares his list of priorities.
There's a good list of legacy issues that are top priority right now. For example, ensuring that the ARPA dollars are fully spent down by the September 30 deadline is a top priority.
Westbrook says another priority is improving communication and coordination with city developers, which he says will spur economic growth and development. From the KMOX business desk, despite high gas prices, rising inflation, and challenging economy, the party has continued on Wall Street. Dave Simons of One Private Wealth tells Chris and Amy that's because corporate profits have been so robust and big traders just want to make money. But
they are starting to lose faith in what is being said coming out of the administration regarding this war. That's just a fact, because they are told one thing one day, and then Iran comes out and says that's not true.
Simon says NVIDIA reports earnings tomorrow, and if they miss earnings projections even a little, he says it could have a very negative effect on the market. And then there are no big earnings reports until July, so there's nothing to feed the market while inflation, gas prices, and the producer price index rise.
Plenty of clouds this afternoon with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, especially early. Could lead to ponding on roadways, the high 76. Tonight, cloudy, cooler, a shower or two left over, perhaps a thunderstorm, low 56. Tomorrow, cloud and a couple of showers, giving way to some afternoon sun, the high only 69. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It's cloudy, 76 degrees in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Sponsored by Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty 314-325-6888.
Need to sell your home and you want the most money? The name to remember is Gloria Liu. Yes, Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty at 314-325-6888 and start packing.
The Chris and Amy Show is video streaming now on KMOX's YouTube, X, and Facebook pages. Click and subscribe.
Well, there was a marathon hearing on data centers in Franklin County yesterday. that wrapped up after, a measly 13 hours of public testimony about data centers in Franklin County. Patricia Schuba is a Franklin County resident and member of the Franklin County Rural Coalition. She was there, I believe, for all 13 hours, and she joins us now. Patricia, thank you for your time this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
So did you have to stay hydrated and
do
bring
you bring
food?
snacks? Like, what do you do? Do you pack a lunch?
We did. Well, we went through this for the Planning and Zoning Commission hearing also. That was, I think, around 12 hours, and that was until 4:30 in the morning. That was an evening meeting that stretched to the morning hours, and people just would not leave. They're passionate about this issue. They are like many Americans. I think like 70% of us do not want data centers in our communities for legitimate reasons. So everyone said, bring water, bring snacks, and gratefully we were in a building that had a cafeteria below us. So everyone stayed as long as they could.
So why specifically are you and these residents against the data center proposal?
Well, it's because these data centers are coming to Missouri, to the rural parts of the state, and we don't have a lot of opportunities to stop them because our local governments are pretty much bought into approving these. So much like what happened in Jefferson County and even Montgomery County and some of the collar counties around St. Louis, these things were talked about and planned probably about a year before the public was ever aware of it. And there were NDAs signed. There's not been a lot of transparency, and we're really concerned about paving over farmland and putting it right next to where people live.
Yeah, you mentioned Jefferson County, and that was where I believe Festus voters voted out every incumbent council member because those council members had voted in favor of data centers. And, you know, Patricia, we've talked about data centers, and I've said I'm a persuadable voter in that sense, in the sense that the small and medium-sized ones that we've seen in downtown St. Louis or in Chesterfield, you wouldn't even know they were there. And it seems like those are just fine in the city. What I'm concerned about, which it seems you are the giant, the large data centers. I call them the dystopian monstrosities that they're putting in rural areas. And so my question is, are there small and medium-sized data centers in Franklin County already, and these are just the big ones you guys are concerned about?
And actually, I can't 100% verify that or not. I do think there are small-sized facilities where information is being stored for businesses, like, say, for maybe some of our rural hospitals and businesses that operate in counties like Franklin. But this is part of the process last night was part of writing new regulations to allow them in the county. And it's specifically talking about these hyperscale or extremely large. In Franklin County, they're proposing data center sites up to 800 acres. And as you mentioned, in other counties, they're even larger. So there's some, like in Montgomery County, that are 1,000 acres. So these are the hyperscale data centers that are going to be processing information for AI modeling. This is not storing your information about your banking account or about your medical records or, what your local businesses are using.
So I know there are concerns about resources, so water, energy, noise, the sorts of, how it can affect the value of your home if you live close by. And I'm certain that you have all raised those concerns. What are you hearing back when you do? What does the city, what does the county, what do the developers of these buildings tell you?
Well, the developers are advocating for themselves, of course, because this is a matter of, investment and making a significant amount of money on the data center development as well as on who will eventually operate the data center and actually extract, money from that for some other location, not in Franklin County. But what we are hearing from the county officials is very little. We've tried to engage with them. We hosted a town hall where we invited officials, and only a few of the planning and zoning members came to that. None of the county commissioners came. We've tried to engage at their Tuesday morning meetings. They have commission meetings at 10 a.m. every Tuesday morning, and sometimes meetings on Thursdays, and we go to those to try to raise our concerns, and we're getting very little comment back, and they're actually almost being advised not to interact with us. It feels pretty adversarial, and it shouldn't be, because they represent us, and we reminded them of that last night. You are there as the three commissioners to represent the people in Franklin County. You do not work for or represent these often out-of-state interests that come into rural parts of the state and into the city, frankly, to propose data centers.
Yeah, and it's definitely close to my heart. I lived in Franklin County for a long time and have family out there, and know that area well. And the Shaw Nature Reserve, for instance, which was created to move plants out of a polluted environment in the city of St. Louis. And there was research that shows if you put a giant data center next to the Shaw Nature Reserve, which has been proposed, that could create a detrimental effect on all the flora and fauna and the environment around there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a treasure. The Nature Reserve, which we affectionately call the Arboretum in Gray Summit, it has a long-standing history in our community, and it's important to the St. Louis region. And today, as well as it was back at the time when, coal-fired power polluted the air of St. Louis and they had to move those plants out to Gray Summit. That location is vulnerable. We actually had the Missouri Department of Conservation weigh in on the vulnerability of the other site in Pacific, and the citizens of Franklin County asked the commission to request a similar report be issued by the Missouri Department of Conservation on that site near the Arboretum, and that was never requested. We know that there are endangered species in the Merrimack River. We know there's endangered plants and animals, namely things that are specifically sensitive to this low decibel, long-traveling noise that can damage hearing in humans, but also affect, animals like endangered bats. We know that to be true, and we testified to that, and we're very concerned about it. It's sort of currently, I think the commission is gathering information, and we hope they're taking that seriously and will listen to all the legitimate scientific and rational concerns as well as those of the citizens, again, who they should be representing in this case.
Patricia Schuba of the Franklin County Rural Coalition, is there anything that would sell you or sell the residents on a data center being nearby or being placed in one of these areas?
I think at this point what we're asking for is a moratorium to be able to look at more information. Currently, there are very little regulations and guardrails on the development of these sites in Missouri. There was some movement in the Missouri legislature this session, but it didn't get out of committees to be able to be voted on. But there was a lot of support for that. And we appealed to our county commission to put a moratorium in place for 6 months, a year. At the point we did it, it was 6 months to see what the outcome of that legislation would have been this year. But clearly, Missouri needs time to set protections in place. And if these would go in Missouri, they should be in locations that are designated as safe from these particular risks to humans and to the environment. And those are probably designated industrial areas with a certain buffer between the property lines and what is next to it. In Franklin County, they've actually proposed that these sites could be within 150 feet of the property line of some of the residents in Franklin County. And at the most, it would be 1,000 feet from designated areas like the Arboretum or the Nature Reserve. And we think that's not enough protection, given what we know about the risk of noise, light, potential impacts on groundwater that we have brought out in these hearings that we've been able to participate in thus far. We're hoping there's more of a process we think the county commission could have additional hearings. We think they could have town halls where they gather more information from the public. We've asked for them to have expert panels that they consult. We have people right here in the St. Louis region that have studied the impacts of this low vibrational noise on human hearing, and they're at St. Louis University and Washington University. Let's use the resources of the region to figure out where these can be placed and how they should be built.
Patricia, obviously the idea of data centers is very, very unpopular right now nationwide. But do you have or hear from fellow residents who actually are on board and tell you to stop it because we want to move forward with these?
We have not heard a lot of that, but of course there are people who are looking at the business opportunities, even the importance to, like, say, healthcare and other industries where we could use even AI or, sophisticated use of software to figure out things like how to cure cancer, how to identify cancers, things like that. We understand that. But we're hearing from a lot of people, namely in the form of petitions, and in comments, and people are wanting to participate in these hearings, that they have reservations about what else this information could be used for, our personal privacy, how corporations are using that information. We feel like, again, there needs to be guardrails. There needs to be regulation over how much water they can use, how they affect the environment, how they're using our information. And the public has to be bought into that. So, for example, in Franklin County, we circulated some petitions. And for no data centers in Franklin County, we have almost 7,000 signatures on that petition. Again, only available online through social media. So obviously there's more people who'd be concerned about that. And specifically for the Pacific location, there's almost 4,000 signatures on that, of a town that I think is about 6,000 people. And then nationwide, there's one to only put it in industrial locations, and that's well over 50,000. So people are concerned about it. People want to come to these hearings. We had people who we collected information, people who wanted to come who had to be at work or somewhere else. And that number was close to 200 people, actually 260 people who wanted to attend, could not come because of work or other obligations, because it was during the day, and then also that didn't get to testify. They had to leave. We were in the middle of a work day, and we were also in the middle of a terrible thunderstorm out here, so people had to leave and take care of things on their farms. There was some flooding out here. So we need to make the public needs to be part of this process, and actually that's how our democracy works. That's how our regulatory process works. People have to have input. And then let's figure this out, and let's put some guardrails on it. And let's figure out how to use this technology for the betterment of society. That's sort of our position.
Patricia Schuba, as we mentioned, Franklin County resident and member of the Franklin County Rural Coalition. Thank you so much for your time today, especially after that marathon hearing yesterday. Maybe we can check in with you soon as this story progresses.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you ever come in studio, you have to bring lunch. whatever you took to that meeting, you've got to bring us some too.
Oh my gosh.
There was some Jimmy John's happening last night.
I'm okay with Jimmy John's.
And
perfect.
Pizza.
And
pizza too. Let's
that
go.
sounds great. We'll take it. Yeah. Thanks,
Alrighty.
Patricia.
Thank you.
You know, Ranjan, I will just say this too, which is what I've heard, whether we're talking about the city or rural areas. If these data centers are so beneficial to the community, and if they bring jobs, and if they're not going to cause noise issues, and they're not going to suck resources like water and electric, why is there always
so little transparency?
Transparency. Why is there just, everything's happening in the shadows? If it's all on the up and up, and we as a community are going to love it, why is there no transparency?
Well, it sounds like that's what they are saying.
No, that's what they are saying.
Yeah, right. I mean, like if you think this is so good for us, then just tell us. I mean, lay it out for us in writing. And that is my argument for it, which I know there would be legal trouble down the road. But if the developer, the county, city, wherever a data center is going, wants there to be a data center, then it should be as simple as this. Okay, you can make your data center, but you have to abide by these things, and if you don't, you owe us a ton of money.
And the thing is, if
if you cannot make sure that water is clean and there's going to be enough of it for my crops or for my house, or if you can guarantee that the noise will stay below a certain level, or my electricity bills aren't going to go up. But if they do in any of those areas, then you owe us an absurd amount of money.
I said I was a persuadable voter. I was very anti-data center, and then was like, okay, I think some of these might be okay on a case-by-case basis, and I'm just starting to get a little more anti-data center again. I still believe for small data centers, case-by-case matters, and it can very much be doable. But man, I have yet to meet a large data center that I'm okay with.
Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford of the Stephen F. Austin baseball team will be back in town tonight. One of them throwing out first pitch.
Hey.
Tamar Scher just let us know. Throwing out first pitch tonight at the game. They're part of the Tarps Off crew. They'll join us at 11:30 on Chris and Amy on KMOX.
There's one box that you'd run back into your burning house to grab. It's the box filled with your videotapes, film reels, and photos. Those sentimental, meaningful, irreplaceable moments. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago so that we could help families save their memories from being destroyed by floods or fires.
And it's not just natural disasters, Adam. Every day, videotapes and photos are slowly fading away, decaying, neglected in closets and attics.
Digitizing your old media stops fading, and preserving those recordings means they are safe forever. It's like magic, converting your shoebox of memories into digital files, ready to watch and share.
It's the only way to ensure your legacy is safe for generations. That's why over 1 million families have already trusted Legacy Box. Legacy Box is simple and easy, it works, and is safe. We'd love to preserve your family's collection. Don't wait, the risk is too great.
Visit legacybox.com/radio to save 50%. That's legacybox.com/radio to get started and save. Legacybox.com/radio.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Just a reminder to have your air conditioner checked for the summer so you don't have a mishap and it goes down in the hottest day of the year. But it's always best to have it done. Call us and we'll be more than happy to come out there and check it for you. And like always, if you're having your furnace checked by another company and you are told that this is the year you need to replace it, call me for a second opinion. The 0% interest is still available on most brands. Save your cash and keep your credit cards open and away from those high rates. Call me. You'll be glad you did. Bart Inman, one easy number in Missouri and Illinois. The easiest. It is 314-293-2600. Or on the website, bartinman.com. Now that's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
Whoopah! The most mouthwatering event of the year is back. Join us this Memorial Day weekend for the St. Louis County Greek Fest at Assumption Greek Orthodox Church. Enjoy authentic Greek food, lively music, dancing, and church tours. Credit cards only. Visit STLGreekFest.com for full details.
Tomorrow, some of us will wake up and it will be our last day on this earth. It will be unexpected and without warning. Each year, 250,000 people will die from medical malpractice, the third leading cause of death in America. 43,000 will die in a car or truck crash. 6,000 will die working on the job. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and we represent many of these families. It's awful. Unfortunately, many times some of these family members are not speaking and never get to say, I'm sorry or goodbye. If you're at odds with a loved one, listen closely. Pick up the phone, call them, say you're sorry. I promise a huge burden will be lifted from your heart and your soul will be renewed. Even if you're not wrong in your own mind, it doesn't matter. Death is bad enough. Death without closure and love will follow you the rest of your days. Trust me on this. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
We got tickets to give away, and you know what? I think we're going to do it right now. I think so.
Let's do it.
So, who wants to go see the Battlehawks play May 29th? It's a Friday night, and it is a game against Dallas. It is the last game of the season.
Home game or total?
Well, last home game of the season.
Yeah, that matters. Last home games of the season.
We're not going to send people to Dallas.
Well, no.
So here's what we are going to do. We need caller number
5
to the contest line at 314-955-1120, 314-955-1120. And if you are caller number 5, you get these tickets. And so we are, man, I'm so upset because I haven't had a chance to go see a game this year.
You have really dropped the ball.
I know I have.
You were supposed to be, a dedicated hardcore fan. And you've really blown it.
Well, it's not my fault.
It is your fault.
There's too many things that have happened. And all right, I'm going to make one suggestion to the UFL. And thank you to the St. Louis Battlehawks for giving us these tickets to give away to you. I'm going to make a suggestion to the UFL. Just 2 o'clock on Saturdays. Play these games 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Okay?
So you always know.
Yeah, just 2 o'clock Saturday.
Okay.
How difficult is that? Make it a time where everybody's going to be able to go. And it's the same time every week. You're not playing a Tuesday or you're not playing a Friday or this day you're playing a Sunday. Come on, man. Just do it on Tuesdays.
Do you think Tarps Off is going to show up at the Dome?
Or do it Saturdays, I mean. Potentially, yeah. Potentially. May 29th, there's your opportunity. We should have put that caveat out there. That if you win these tickets, you have to take your shirt off. I don't think we can force people to do it, but we should have.
Do you want a fact that is apropos of absolutely nothing?
That's what you usually provide.
So, I love the show Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
And this just reminded me of it because you were talking about Battlehawks games at 2 p.m., right? Because, on Saturday, you're not going to put them up against, I don't know, whatever other competing sporting event might be going on. And so you have them on Saturday at 2 p.m. Well, Murder, She Wrote was a very popular show. Very popular. And as the show went on and Angela Lansbury got older, they would do these bookend shows where she would just start the show and end the show, but the middle of the show didn't have her in it.
Okay.
Because it was too much for her to record Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
She was cutting back, but then people didn't like it, so they wanted to cancel the show. But it was always, I don't know, I think it was Sunday night or something. It was always like a prime time, but on Sunday night. And when the network wanted to get rid of it, they moved it directly across from Friends. I guess it was Thursday night at 7 or whatever. They thought, this will kill the show. And they moved it to compete directly with Friends, and then the show died. That's how they killed Murder, She Wrote.
That seems rude.
That's what I thought. Apparently, Angela Lansbury was not happy when they said, hey, that time slot you've had forever? We're going to switch you up, and you're going to compete with Friends.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Why did you just tell me that?
Because I just told you, because you were talking about 2 o'clock on Saturday, have a consistent time. Okay. Murder, She Wrote.
I'm just saying so people can go to these games.
I know.
And so there's a habit that develops. Because UFL is not like the NFL.
It's like Murder, She Wrote.
No, it's not. NFL is a thing where it doesn't matter what day of the week. You're going to go seek it out. But if you tell people, hey, Battlehawks games every Saturday at 2 o'clock at the Dome or 1 o'clock, people will remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2 o'clock Saturday. Must be a Battlehawks game going on. Oh, no, it's on a Tuesday this week?
That's confusing.
I know. That's the UFL's fault. They need to change it up. All right, we got a couple of guys who are enterprising young men, and they decided a few days ago at Busch Stadium to take their shirts off, and they started a whole momentum. They started a whole
They changed the world.
They've changed the world. From the Stephen F. Austin Baseball Club, Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford will join the show when we come back. They're going to be throwing out first pitch tonight at the ball game. Cardinals take on the Pirates, and we will have Caleb and Bryce when we come back on KMOX.
All Access with Ollie Marmol on the Gas House Gang.
I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group. This group fits my personality to a T. I love what we're doing. I love how we're going about it. I love the honest conversations. I love the grit. And there's been certain times where I've caught myself where bases are loaded, our back's up against the wall, and I can't help but smile. I show up every day looking forward to what's next for this group.
Ollie Marmol, Tuesdays at noon on KMOX.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
75 degrees, some sun, but getting cloudy. Could be a shower and a thunderstorm. Very humid. A high of 76. Tonight, cloudy with a shower. Maybe a rumble of thunder. A low of 57.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company, serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-355-8662. 636-355-8662 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-355-8662.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Muni tickets for 2026 are on sale now, featuring Hairspray, Shrek the Musical, South Pacific, Disney's Newsies, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Something Rotten. Choose your seats now at muni.org.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
This is the Gas House Gang from KMOX.
Bernie Nicholas and the Gas House Gang, today at noon on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Whoever started that in right field, I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure they come every game, because that was awesome. Not only them, but everybody that showed up today. That was a fun environment.
You know that talk gotta come on, baby. Yeah, sir.
Oh, just having some fun at the old ballpark, man. Last weekend was a really great time. Cardinals are back tonight. They've got the Pittsburgh Pirates in town. A 6:45 first pitch. We got a pregame show at 5:50. Then the first pitch is right here on KMOX. And we are joined now by two members of the Stephen F. Austin Club baseball team who were part of the movement. It's a new thing that's happening, and now it's happening everywhere, apparently. Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford will be with us again tonight, be at Busch Stadium tonight. And first of all, Bryce, well, thanks, guys, for being here. That's number one. And number two, Bryce, I hear you were throwing out first pitch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is confirmed.
So how did that come about?
I really don't know. Our president, Ian Alvarez, he's been in contact with people within the organization, and we asked her, like, hey, like, one that's too raw, like, anyway, we're gonna go to the game again, and they're like, sweet, we're gonna hook y'all up with tickets, and we're talking about having y'all throw out the first pitch, so like the whole team can be out in the field, but only one person can throw, and the whole team was like, well, it's obvious who it's got to be, and I was like who? And they're like, it's got to be you. I was like, oh, okay, and then wake up this morning, getting ready, and Bryce, what? It's confirmed. You're throwing out the first pitch. And I was shell-shocked. I was thinking, like, no, everything's been going too good for us. Something's got to come down.
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, and obviously you guys are well aware of how viral the tarps off movement has become, not just in St. Louis, which is pretty amazing that the whole city is talking about it, but across the whole country. Now, you guys are based in Texas. I guess most of you are from Texas, if not all of you are from Texas. So you go to a Cardinals game because you're nearby in Alton for the World Series, the Club Baseball World Series. I imagine you weren't even necessarily Cardinals fans going to the game. You just thought, hey, let's catch a Major League Baseball game.
Yeah, we did it just to have fun. I mean, we went to the game because they're like, when's the next time we're going to be in St. Louis to, be at Busch Stadium? I mean, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, no way I would have ever thought this a week ago coming into St. Louis that we would go to a Cardinals game and come viral and see, like, I saw it at the Rays game and the Angels game. And I was like, it's nothing like St. Louis, but I mean, they can keep trying, but they're never gonna get like St. Louis.
That's what I was going to ask you, is that we saw what happened in Anaheim and then Tampa Bay. They were doing it too. So it really is starting to catch on. Does that make you feel good that even though it's not quite what St. Louis did or how it was over the weekend, it was way better here, obviously. But does it, I mean, it has to make you feel a little good that you started something.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I see, like, I go on mentions, and it's like all the mentions are from, like, the MLB on Fox post to the Tampa Bay, or it's like John Boys and Angels, and it's like SFA Club Baseball did it first. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see.
I just love to see so many people coming together and just enjoying being in the presence of half-naked bodies. I mean, and there's everyone's smiling and everyone's enjoying it, and there's people that are strangers, people that you would never think you would meet, and they may be live just down the road from you. You'd think you'll never meet them, and then you meet them half naked at a baseball game.
My one of my friends has some sons who are teenagers, and they were at the game at the total opposite side of the stadium, and that was on the Friday night. And when you guys really started getting it going with the tarps off, those teenage boys, you made a lifelong memory for them because they went to your section. They crossed the entire stadium and went tarps off in your section. And I believe it was their first Cardinals game too. So you guys inadvertently made a Cardinal fan for life, and then also gave them a memory, childhood core memory.
That is awesome to hear. I love to hear all these stories.
When you think about it, this is a young Cardinals clubhouse. Like, this roster is a young team. So there's not that big of an age difference between you guys and a lot of the guys on this roster. So I feel like the energy levels that you brought, did you feel like, yep, It matched. These are our peers. They get it. This young team gets it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would say we were all in high school at some point at the same time. Like I know Mason Wynn was in high school at the same time as us, and like it's just crazy to think about. Like a few years ago, I've never thought having a guy the same age in the MLB as me, but now it's like, I mean, Connor Griffin's probably younger than half of us on the team, and he's coming to town this weekend, seeing that, and like Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker, all these young guys, it's just like they relate to the younger energy that I feel like is a different kind of energy in baseball.
Caleb Cummings and Bryce Bradford with the Stephen F. Austin baseball team. They join us on KMOX. They're going to be at the ballpark again tonight. So, guys, you have lives in Texas, so you can't be here for the rest of the entire season. How would you recommend people carry this on and that they keep doing it for the rest of the year?
Without it being cheesy, because you guys,
I mean, you did it right.
You did it right.
So now what do we do? Help us.
I mean, I saw some tweets that was like, St. Louis should invite local colleges out or like give promotions to high schools, sponsorships to high schools, promotions to teams, just like something to get that. I don't know the section number exactly. I'll say it's like around 328 to 331. Just like in that area, get like promotions going and somehow get those young fans out to carry on the energy that SFA started.
And maybe rename that whole section, call it the Tarp Soft Terrace.
Yep.
Well, that's not bad.
That's
Tarp
a
Soft
really good
Terrace is
one.
good.
Tarp Soft Terrace.
So your university must be pretty proud of you too, because you've given a lot of attention to the name Stephen F. Austin.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we go there. It's a great university. It's a smaller university, so it's not as well known, but we love it there. I mean, it's great. The people there, our president Neil Weaver, vice president Dr. Willis, they're all excited. They're just shocked, like they don't even know. They're just loving it, loving every minute of it. Just they're like, keep going, shout SFA out. We're like,
All you
SFA.
did, you took your shirts off at a baseball game, and all of this came out of it.
But they did it with confidence and flair and panache.
It's insanity if you think about it, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're just a club baseball team. We're not like some insane shape guys. I mean, we take pride in our bodies. I mean, there's only a few of us who are like jacked, but other than that, I mean, like, we love it. We're like, come on, come Tarp Soft with us.
They don't call you the Jacks for nothing, though, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So you're invited. You'll have a group tonight. You'll be there again, and I assume you're inviting everybody else to join you. Yes.
Oh yeah, and one thing I like to say, we had 17 the past 2 nights, but tonight we got 18, and that 18th is probably the one who will bring the most energy. Yes, for sure, no doubt in no doubt in my mind.
Well, how much?
That's
So
awesome.
you're in for tonight? Is it just tonight, or are you here for the whole series, or what's going on?
We leave tomorrow at 5 a.m., so this is the last call, last
So-
hurrah.
Okay, but I mean, if the Cardinals find themselves in a playoff push, and things get serious, you guys are going to have to rearrange your schedules to come back, right?
Oh yeah, Classic can wait. We can come up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be fine.
And you
we'll,
guys
we'll
are-
get up there.
And you guys are ball players, so you know about superstitions. So I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I'm not trying to take money out of Ollie's pocket,
Yeah.
but if they keep winning,
Yeah.
you know,
Can you guys do remote classes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can skip class.
Yeah, we've done it
before. We've done it before.
You do not skip class. Don't tell anybody you do that.
We do not skip class.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, Dad, don't listen.
Had you guys been in a major league clubhouse before? What was it like walking around there?
So that was my first time ever, and I wasn't even expecting to, go in the clubhouse. I thought maybe we get to go look at the entrance. Ollie comes out and he talks to us, and then he invited us in, and I was like, "Whoa, like what?" Like MLB posted me on all their social media, and you could hear me hyperventilating in there. I mean, I was that excited.
Yeah.
And just to meet all the players, meeting Ollie, I mean, it was just insane. I mean, they treated us as if we were normal people and they were normal people, and we saw them in a grocery store. I mean, just so much respect to them, and they respected us the same exact way, and I loved it. And they had full on conversations with every single one of us, and it was just nice to see that like they didn't let their fame get to their head, and they were all level headed, and I just really appreciate that.
Well, they were. They were excited to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in a few clubhouses before. I went in Wrigley last summer. I know that's hard for us Cardinals fans, but I mean Wrigley was cool, but like it was nothing like there was not a player in there. I mean, seeing all the Cardinals players in there talking to us, I mean, I doubt the Cubs will do that.
Well, not
but
now.
I'd say definitely this is my coolest clubhouse experience by far.
Oh, that is awesome. And I guess I'm with your team and the energy that you had with Tarps Off. What makes like your team special? Do you feel like that's the vibe of your team all the time? Was this unusual for you guys?
No, I mean, no, not at all. We are a very energetic bunch of people, especially with our little Energizer Bunny. We call him CB. He's the one we were missing, but he's gonna be there tonight. I mean, never would I have thought like this group of 18 guys I've been so close with, and like these are like memories that'll last for a lifetime, and just very close group of people. We love each other. We do the same thing. We make our own things up. It's great. It's great to see. I love it.
What position does CB play?
Center field and leadoff. CB stands for center field.
Yeah, CB stands for center.
So you did skip class.
What does he have that you guys don't?
That's rude.
Well, they just said he's the Energizer Bunny.
He might have a loose wire in it. I'm not too sure.
He is. I mean, I love him. He's the funniest guy I've ever met. It's just he's just energy 24/7. He is nonstop. Like I don't even know how the kid just is 24/7, just energy.
I don't know when he sleeps.
Yeah,
So-
I don't think I've seen him sleep.
But he missed the first two, right? You said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it like injury or he couldn't make it or?
No, his family goes on a cruise the first week of summer. They've been doing that every single summer for a while now that I know of. And they had this booked probably a year ago, and it's non-cancelable. He wanted to go on a cruise, which is fair. I mean, we didn't know we'd be in Illinois until 2 weeks ago, so no turning back. So we were gonna win the game. We were wanting to win 2 games for him, at least one. So we did. So we got to play one, but he got back. I think he got here Saturday evening. Yeah.
So CB, what's his full name? So we know who to credit.
Caden Barrios. Barrios is with an A.
Caden Barrios.
Okay.
Can you imagine he's on the boat and he's missing the tarps off and he's like, I got to get off this boat.
And out of all the people, Caden is the one who I probably see it with the shirt on probably like 20% of the time.
Unbelievable. I bet he was going nuts. Well, I know he's got a lot of catching up to do then tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, thank you for starting something really cool here because, as you could tell, the people of St. Louis loved it. Cardinals fans loved it, and now it's going around. And we know that this isn't the first place where people have taken off their shirts at a sporting event, but for whatever reason, what you guys did is catching on. So it was really cool and a lot of fun for all of us. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all so
sir.
much.
Thank y'all for having us.
And good luck the rest of the season, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That you guys are awesome. You're the best. Enjoy the game tonight.
Baby.
Just
tarps off.
Tarps off, and make sure that you don't run onto the field. That's the only thing you can't do. Although you probably be invited.
We'll make sure we'll keep everyone in.
We will.
You keep CB in line too, man. I don't.
Yeah,
know about that
we'll
guy.
keep him in line.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
From the Stephen F. Austin Club baseball team, Caleb Cummings, Bryce Bradford, those dudes are awesome, and they will be back at the ballpark tonight. Bryce throwing out first pitch, and that will be a lot of fun. You can listen to the game, 5:50 for the pregame show, 6:45 first pitch tonight on KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler here for FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KMOX. And of course, mine for a lot longer than that. And look, it's fantastic fun. You get to play along regardless of the sport, baseball, basketball, hockey. Once we get back to football season, you play along as you go and have a little bit more of that entertainment time. Well, this is your reminder that during the NBA playoffs, you want to be checking in with the FanDuel Sportsbook app every single day, because every single day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. So we're talking about special drops that you don't want to miss, from things like profit boosts to bonus bets and a whole lot more than that. And then you check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and I have been taking advantage of that, so you don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. So just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get yourself started. And remember that you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable, and restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A common question I receive is, how is the market right now? It just seems so volatile. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. If you want to buy or sell but feel overwhelmed by the whiplash of the market, then let's talk. With over 23 years as a broker, I have the exact experience you need to help you navigate this tricky market. Call me at 314-441-4444. 314-441-ALL-4s. And remember, why pay more than two?
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Cards and Cubs. The rivalry returns to Busch Stadium May 29th, and we are kicking off the weekend early. I'm Tom Ackerman. Join me for a Redbird Roundtable featuring Ozzie Smith, Al Raboski, and Matt Adams. Thursday, May 28th at the Beer Garden at Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We're talking ball, enjoying a cold beer, and celebrating one of baseball's best rivalries. The doors open at 4:30. The Redbird Roundtable, Thursday, May 28th, a free event. Must be 21 or older to attend. Full details at KMOX.com.
There's one box that you'd run back into your burning house to grab. It's the box filled with your videotapes, film reels, and photos. Those sentimental, meaningful, irreplaceable moments. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago so that we could help families save their memories from being destroyed by floods or fires.
And it's not just natural disasters, Adam. Every day, videotapes and photos are slowly fading away, decaying, neglected in closets and attics.
Digitizing your old media stops fading, and preserving those recordings means they are safe forever. It's like magic, converting your shoebox of memories into digital files, ready to watch and share.
It's the only way to ensure your legacy is safe for generations. That's why over 1 million families have already trusted Legacy Box. Legacy Box is simple and easy, it works, and is safe. We'd love to preserve your family's collection. Don't wait, the risk is too great.
Visit legacybox.com/radio to save 50%. That's legacybox.com/radio to get started and save. legacybox.com/radio.
Don't miss the final home game of the season. Your St. Louis Battlehawks take on the Dallas Renegades Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. at the Dome. It's Battlehawks Kids Day. Plus, fans can score an Archie bobblehead while supplies last. Tickets start at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com. Caw-caw.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis, at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Markscores, because life is too short for boring radio. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
You thought that we were done giving away tickets today. We're not, baby. We still have another pair to give away. We got a lot of tickets to give away for the Battle Hawks this week. Last game of the season, last home game of the season, May 29th at the Dome at America's Center. And that is a Friday night. We got one more pair of tickets to give away today for that. And we're looking for caller number 5 to the contest line at 314-955-1120. Good luck to you. And thank you to the Battlehawks for providing those seats. We asked the question, or I did, am I the butthole? Because on a plane ride last night, as we were deplaning, the woman behind me, older lady with a cane, she stood up immediately, and I walked out in front of her because I said, no, we have a system.
Because you were in row 16.
I was in row 16. She was in 17, and I'm not letting her do that. We have a system.
We live in a society.
And so I walked right in front of her. And I even made it, I knew she was going to try to get in front of me. And I said, I'm not letting this old lady do this.
You really didn't have to call her an old bag, though. I don't know why you did that.
I didn't call her an old bag. You did.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, damn. So anyway, voice
You're
messages.
like my carry-on, an old bag.
So am I the butthole? Voice messages on the Odyssey app.
I do not think you were a butthole. I think you are 100% right. And unless she said, can I please go ahead of you because of this, then she's got to wait her turn.
See?
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Michelle.
Unbelievable. Well, wow. Echoing Michelle.
I knew I was a good guy.
A 314 text in. Chris, I don't often agree with you on politics or social issues, but you are 100% correct on the order for deplaning. Row by row is the organized way.
See? I mean, if I let this lady with the cane, if I let her get in front of me, then who's next?
It's a
Her
slippery slope.
husband?
It's a slippery slope. That's how chaos ensues.
The person behind them with the backpack?
No.
We have a system for a reason. We have rules for a reason.
We're proud of you.
Who's next? A pregnant mother? Oh,
yeah.
God.
I didn't tell you to have a baby.
Or sit in row 17.
You should have gotten here earlier, shouldn't you?
You want to get up before me? You should have been in row 15.
You wait your ass in the back of the plane. All right. Anything you missed on the show, it's on the Odyssey app, KMOX.com, or wherever you get your podcast. And we will be back tomorrow at 9. But coming up next, it is the day of the week you all wait for. Oliver Marmol of the St. Louis Cardinals. They had a big weekend. And Ollie joins the show every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. The Gas House Gang, Bernie Miklasz, Tom Ackerman, and me. We have Ollie when we come back on KMOX.
I do not think you were a butthole.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by